Well, welcome everybody to our latest session of the Restoration of Cariele. As usual, do a quick recap of what occurred last week, and then we will get underway. Team, you will likely recall when we picked up last week, you guys were still handling some details back in the capital. Primarily, the issue you guys encountered when you were back at the capital, you had gotten a bit of rest back in the capital after your previous forays in the underground tunnels underneath the Stone Crown Mountains. You guys then decided to kind of take care of some business around town. Once you arrived at the castle to just do kind of a check-in with Vin, see how everything was going, you noticed that there was a pretty heavy guard presence, and it seemed as though many of these guards were ones you didn't recognize. Having spent some time in the castle, you guys are getting familiar with some of the faces and so forth of the castle guard, and none of these folks seemed recognizable. This was a little bit off, but you were invited by one of the guards. They sort of said something along the lines of, oh, you guys are the counselors. You guys confirmed. They said, all right, follow me. And they took you into the castle proper. They took you into a location that you guys hadn't really used much previously. So you can think of this as being a part of the castle that's more used for like feasts and things. And once you were brought there, again, you saw this continued very heavy guard presence. There was a large wooden chair, not exactly ornate or regal, but certainly well crafted. And it was set up on the west side of the room where there were these large tables, like dining tables, you can think of them as long tables, and several chairs. You guys were asked to basically stand closer to the tables and chairs, while eventually a figure entered this dining hall, took that seat, this sort of makeshift throne, and eventually it became clear to you guys that the individual that had taken that throne was Milena, and she had previously introduced herself to you as Milena Grimm, and she quickly revealed that she in fact is Milena Gladnell. She was the firstborn daughter of Steel Gladnell, so in her mind the true heir of the realm, and for legal purposes probably would have the best legal claim to the throne. She, after you guys asked some questions, she was able to fill in some details. Primarily, she mentioned that Vin's mother had recognized her. You guys will probably remember that Steel was married once before and then married Vin's mother. And Vin and Baron were the children of that relationship, but Milena is the product of a previous relationship of Steel's. And so again, in her mind, she's sort of the true heir to the throne, you could say. She went on to explain that she had arrived here and was starting to basically check the land out, check out the kingdom, see how things were going. She obviously knew that her father had been killed. She knew that her uncle was ruling this land. And for the most part, she felt like good enough, perhaps. She was in the Reuric lands, leading a company of soldiers as a mercenary captain. And she mentioned that she had gotten a lot of experience fighting up there. Once the news came that the uncle was removed from power, you could say, she decided this was an opportune moment to kind of come back to Cariele and scope things out. She also obviously was very much aware that Vin had taken the throne, and that being her half brother, she wanted to kind of come check, see if he was a good leader, good ruler, that kind of thing. Once she arrived, she had met you guys a couple of different times. Once, she didn't really meet you. You guys spotted her when she was in the camp that was posted in Cariele, and she was with some soldiers, you presume, part of her mercenary company. And then the second time was when she was a petitioner and came before the council and offered for her unit of troops to be hired in response to the attack by Thurazor, the goblins from the west. You guys ultimately decided to turn that offer down. Now here in the dining hall, she went on to explain that she didn't like what she saw, primarily in kind of gauging or weighing Vin. She felt him to be really impulsive and would kind of go off and be really, sort of anger-led and not think things through carefully. And after a period of time, she decided that the land really wasn't safe in his rule, and she wanted to replace him, take over, and make sure that the land had a bright future ahead of it. You guys asked about Vin's safety and his mother, She was a little bit sparse on details here, but essentially said that Vin and his mother are both alive and they are in a tower and they're being watched very carefully. She explained that typically in these kind of situations, the new ruler, being her, would kill the old ruler. But in this regard, because it's family, she didn't want to do that. So she's basically having him watched very carefully. You guys asked if you could at least speak with him, and she said no, and explained that the reason why of that is that, as you guys likely know, Vin is very much a person that's never going to give up, and if he sees you, he's going to immediately think that he has a chance. He's going to try to rope you guys into like a breakout plan, going to try to attack and do everything he can to win. Essentially, in his mind, winning would be him taking the throne back. So she has to make sure enough time passes by before anything like that would be allowed, so he can calm down a bit, and hopefully things would settle. She then offered you guys your seats on the council that you previously had. She congratulated you on a job well done so far as counselors, and she said there is a whole lot of work that still needs to be done and will continue to need to be done for Cariele to be successful. She wished for you guys to remain counselors, but she understood if you chose not to do so. She then gave you guys your leave to head to the back of the room. You guys had previously surrendered your weapons and spell focuses and component pouches and these kind of things just to secure the room. But then she allowed you guys to go to the rear of the room, which was a distance away from her and her men, so that you guys could chat and come up with an agreement between yourselves. Eventually, you guys decided that it was in your best interest and the land's best interest to remain counselors of Cariele. So once you agreed on that, you came back and let her know of your decision. She was happy that you guys agreed with her thoughts as well. And she said that, soon she would have more of a official kind of sit down meeting with you guys. But for now, she understood that you had other things you wanted to take care of. You guys had already let her know that you were planning to head back off and about the gold that you had discovered. And this certainly piqued her interest. So she quickly took her leave. You guys retook your equipment. During this time, before she left, also during this time, she let you know that she was assigning another counselor to the council, which was Gordon, who was a representative of the NRC, the Northern Reformed Church. And when I believe it was Serena, asked, is it wise to allow the temple to have someone directly on the council? She said yes, and she said we have to try to be better allies with both the NRC and the guilds. She said, they control such a large swath of the land that we won't get anywhere as a kingdom if we don't have them by our side. So she asked you guys to get along with them and see what you could do to see that Cariele is successful, and part of that is having strong relationships with them. You guys also let her know that Lord Tannen had performed great service for you and you wanted to keep him on the payroll, though there was some talk about reducing his payroll or his salary, but that was to be determined, you could say. So eventually she took her leave, you guys took your equipment back, and then you started making plans for traveling back to the Stone Crown Mountains. You guys had gotten some rest in, purchased some items of interest at the stores. Seemingly, you guys were all prepped, ready to go. You offered Gordon to come with you, and Milena had indicated that she was under the impression Gordon was pretty competent in magic, so perhaps he would want to accompany you. And when you guys asked him, he indeed said that he was. In fact, he had a line where he said revivify was his specialty, which Celine then said, well, wait a minute, how many times have you had to bring someone back from the dead? And that got us all a really good chuckle. But so then team, you guys made your way across land and started heading back towards the Stone Crown Mountains once again. You guys were able to, go the overland trip without really any issues. Once you arrived back in the tunnels, it took you a little bit of effort to find them once again, owing to how difficult the entrance is, how well hidden it is. But you guys eventually found it, started making your way inside. You guys made your way to the Grell lair and knew that this was a tough opponent. So Celine decided to, from a distance away, about 300 feet or so away from the Grell lair, cast a fly spell to enable both Tavard and Serena to be able to fly. You guys hadn't determined the creature was there yet, but this was a precaution taken to really get the jump on it if it was there. Once the flyers entered, they did not see the Grell immediately. You guys pushed on further, still didn't see the Grell, and realized it wasn't in either of the two places you had spotted it last time you were here. You did find bone and debris and scattered belongings up on the shelf where it had previously killed Dean, so you're pretty sure that that is where his remains are, what remains of his remains, that is. And in particular, the Eye of Robes that you guys were hoping might still be there was indeed destroyed into tatters, which probably doesn't come as big surprise to you guys seeing how the creature attacked. However, you guys decided to push on, trying to maximize your usage of the flight spell. You guys pushed on through the central area, found yourself in a tunnel that you hadn't gone in before, decided to go north. When you went that way, eventually there was this weird atmospheric effect where the ground was cold, but the air was kind of warm. Started feeling a bit off, almost like maybe a sickness or just an equilibrium issue kind of deal. So you guys made your way back, decided not to go that way, and then decided to push to the south. Once you pushed to the south, you eventually made your way into an area. After descending, you made your way into an area that was, you could hear the sound of water not too far away. You got there and started looking around. There was water that changes its depth. It's a little shallower, closer to the rock ground, and then seems to get deeper the further away from the ground you go. You guys spotted some algae growing in certain areas. It's very slick, but when you're careful, you can get past it without an issue. You also cast light on a rock, dropped it into the water, illuminated a creature that looked suspiciously like a underwater polar bear. So this was peculiar. You guys continued on the path there, eventually finding that the walkable path sort of ended. You would either have to go in the water or make other means of getting across. Serena decided to take a running leap and jump across, which she did. Found more water, spotted what looked to be like a constructed barricade of some kind, like a wooden palisade with spears pronging off of it. And then eventually decided to try to climb her way back to the walkable path, but unfortunately her feet slipped, hit into the water, and that's when you guys spotted movement, and that is where we ended our session for the night. So guys, that's my quick recap. If there's anything I missed, anybody would like to add, feel free to do so. All right, sorry to interrupt, Brian. I'm seeing you lit up, but I cannot hear you. Just want to do a quick mic check. Is everybody else able to hear? Okay, so it's me then. One moment. All right, go ahead and do another real quick test.
Mic check.
Okay, now I can hear you. That's weird, because I heard you guys at the beginning, but then it just suddenly cut out. So sorry, go ahead, repeat that.
Well, I ribbed you a little bit, and suddenly the mic dropped. So anyway, you destroyed my magic item, a particular note that's due to Gordon, but I'll get over that, of course. But let's see. We just need to remember that we don't have the mining group with us anymore, and we don't have to babysit those guys anymore. So we're kind of just clearing the area to try to make it safe.
Yes, yep, that is a quick summary of why you guys came down here. If I missed anything else crucial that added additional detail, feel free to pop that in. If not, is there anybody else who would like to add any additional detail?
I have one thing that nobody reacted to or didn't hear when I was watching the VOD. As Milena was leaving the room, Adam said something about us perceiving a very subtle effect where when she reached for her bow, like some kind of dark red tendril or something momentarily appeared between her hand and the weapon. I don't know whether it was from the weapon or from her, but she definitely has more to her than we know so far. If she's like an eldritch horror or something that we're going to have to deal with one day, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Great additional detail. Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and take inspiration. Saline, of course, your other inspiration as well for another great journal entry. Anybody else? All right, hearing nothing else, let me go ahead and deal out a card to all of you guys. And then would anybody like to volunteer to control Serena until her player is here?
I mean, I guess I should probably do it.
Yeah, you should.
That's our preference because we feel like it's best to get you in trouble, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
exactly it.
All right, so let me go ahead and give you access here. Okay, so you should now have access to her sheet, and let me know if there's any issues with that. Okay, I'm going to get you guys over to where we left off. Okay, here's where we were, and this is where the boot hit into the water of Serena trying to... So remember, she's essentially stuck to the wall at the moment as she's trying to do her best to kind of wiggle from the southeast area, kind of do one of these deals. And she's in process of moving when her foot hit the water, made a pretty loud splash, and then we saw some movement in the water. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and throw us into initiative order. Okay, well, ooh, that's interesting. All right, let's go ahead and turn on some different music.
I didn't see anything interesting.
You will momentarily. All right, just wanted to do a quick check of cards to make sure there's nothing too much to worry about here. Okay, so movement. First, we see some movement from the south, which primarily Serena is spotting this. Gordon, you might be able to see the ripples in the water from the south. And then before too long, you will notice this creature emerging. Once the creature emerges from the water, you can see it swims very quickly up to Serena. And as it emerges from the water, your first thought is, whoa, those are really big jaws. That's probably going to be pretty scary. But instead of like a bite motion, it simply raises its head in the air and gives out this really loud roar. I'm going to need everybody except for Tavern to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I might hero point that if I need to.
You have failed that save, Saline. Gordon, you've succeeded. And let's see, Blixel, you have failed.
I am going to spend an inspiration.
All right, go ahead and click your inspiration button. All right, Saline, that 20 will now be a success. All right, 7 plus 3 and 10. Unfortunately, still not good enough. Blixel,
can I spend a hero point on that?
You can, but it looks to me like you're still rolling with weariness, which you shouldn't be. Have you cleared the weariness off of your character?
I mean, I moved it off the bubble. I made it back to 0.
Ah, okay. Right now, your bubble is not representing anything. So let me set that to weariness so you can actually see it.
And since you're doing admin stuff, what are those plus symbols on Tavard?
Hey, we're flying.
Oh, 3 of you?
The plus symbol is because you cast
aid.
Yeah, you cast
Aid.
aid.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, mine says plus 60, so I thought, yeah, okay, cool, thanks.
All right, so Blixel, I'm not sure why only your sheet was affected with this, but weariness was not set for you. Oh, okay, yeah, let me fix Gordon's as well. Gordon, I set yours up the old style. So actually, Gordon, I'll fix yours shortly. But Blixel, if you now change your red bubble to 0, you should be all set. Yeah, this is strange.
Okay.
Some of the tokens, it looks to me like their attributes have been wiped. I'm not sure why that is. But, okay, it's good to know. Okay, so with that fix, that would increase your roll by 2. Because you had 2 weariness there. That would still be a failure. So let's see. Yeah, so
yeah,
just doing
can I
do
a hero?
You can, yeah. Just doing some quick math here. So let's see, 7 and 3 was 10, but that 7 had a -2 in it, which should be 2 higher. So technically you've got a 12 right now, and that is a failure. You'd like to use a hero point?
Yes, please.
All right, go ahead and burn a hero point. All right, so that gets you up to a 15. That is a success. So with hero points and inspiration, everybody has succeeded on this. With that, there is no effect from this roar. However, there is some movement then from the waters to most of your east, as another one of these creatures raises its head. As it gets to here, it is going to attack Serena, the one who is partially in the water at the moment, and it is going to attack her. She's kind of clinging to the ledge. Between that and some other factors, this attack is at advantage. It's going to try to bite her. So give me a defense roll at disadvantage for Serena, please. All right, that will indeed succeed in striking her. And that will be 16 points of slashing damage to Serena. All right, so the thing I was saying, oh, that's interesting, was they both beat you guys in initiative. All right, Celine.
All right. Well, we see an enemy, so we're going to shoot an enemy. Is it big enough? How big is it? How far out of the water is it?
I mean, not really far. Its head is kind of emerging to attack Serena. Other than that, primarily its body is still underwater.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I can get a better angle on it. If I step here, do I have a better shot at it?
So take your measurement tool and put it down towards the creature. If you can get to a space of the creature that doesn't go through a character, then you're good. No obstructions.
Awesome. So I will. What do I want to do? I guess we'll start with Firebolt. It's a polar bear, so it's a waterborne polar bear. So, well, I don't have much other spell types, so we'll try Firebolt first.
Okay, your firebolt does indeed strike the creature, scorching it.
Good damage. And then I feel pretty safe well, not safe, but I feel safest as far away from the water as I can get, which was my original position. So I will chill here.
All right, Blixel.
Okay. I'm gonna try it. Buxel pulls out his loot, and
As a
he's
quick
going.
reminder, Blixel, you are currently invisible, right? So you used the loot to make yourself invisible?
Okay. He's gonna become visible though,
Okay.
as he is targeting the southern one with a spell from the loot called Animal Friendship.
Okay, so you scoot to there. You start playing a song on the lute, casting this spell, Animal Friendship. Let me go ahead and pull that one up.
Yeah, hopefully it's a beast and not some weird aberration or something like that. But it's just like, be our friends, be our friends.
Okay, as you play this spell, you see that it has no effect on the creature.
Ah, man, these are some kind of fucked up experiments or something, guys. Kill them all. They're not normal. Or they saved. Alright, I guess as a bonus action, I will bardically inspire Serena.
All right,
You
go ahead and
fought bigger
burn.
polar bear fish before.
That cannot be true, but go ahead and burn a Bardic Inspiration.
And then he's going to back up and say, it didn't work. I'll hurt him next time.
Okay, Serena's turn. As a quick reminder, she's got one foot like kicked into the rock wall here, both hands grasped onto the rock wall, another foot that's kind of dangling in the water at the moment. What would she like to do?
I would say she rages.
Okay.
So I click that on the thing here.
Yep. Okay, nice. So let's see. The flowers and vines temporarily grow around her until you raise the ground within 15 feet. So obviously this won't affect the water, but will affect the ground. Within 50 feet is difficult terrain for your enemies. So you notice that the sort of flowers and vines suddenly spring up everywhere within 15 feet of her.
Okay. Um, man, she's got to get out of this position here. So I guess as her actions, he'll disengage and try to move over to this side of the rock.
Okay, throw me a blind check as she attempts to do that.
And she's raging, so if it's athletics, she might have advantage.
Can we, because he doesn't play the barbarian, we know what's going to happen, right, Adam? Should we?
I don't.
Well, he's getting advantage out of the.
Okay, yeah, but if he
Yeah.
doesn't take damage, he's going to lose his rage, right?
That is true.
Yep, yeah, you can feel free to say that. I assumed he was aware of that, but would that change your action at all there, Blixel?
No. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to get away with her.
Cool. All right, thanks.
Okay, unfortunately, with that roll, and this is not athletics, she is actually going to fall into the water. So she falls into the water as she's climbing here, so essentially splashes right at this point. This would use some of her movement. I'm going to call it half of her movement, like she's, kind of like fallen prone, essentially. So she's in the water. You've used action and bonus action. You can't remain in this space, so you can certainly crawl out if you wish.
All right, yeah, I guess at that point, could she crawl up to here?
She can, yep. So that would be half her movement, and then crawling would be another 10 feet. So she might have, I forget what her total speed is, 40, I think.
Sounds right.
I think she'd have 10
Yeah,
left.
40.
Okay, so she'll have 10 left at that point.
Okay. And she was able to disengage, so she will continue moving back to here, I guess. And that's the she has no action, right? From because disengage. So that's the end of her turn, I guess.
Okay, Tabard.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my short bow because I'll drop my quarterstaff, pull out my short bow, and I'll try to aim at the this poor beastie twice.
All right, let's see it. The first shot will indeed connect. Second one will as well.
Yeah, I can't roll inspiration with crap, but at least I can hit him with my short bow.
Yes, 2 arrows plunk into the beast, wounding it.
All right, and that's going to end my turn.
Okay, Gordon, you are right next to the creature. Your turn.
All right, that kind of changed things. So I'm immediately going to just say a prayer to Sarah, touch my around my head, and I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself as the bonus action,
Okay.
and then I'm going with my action toll the dead on the guy that's wounded.
Okay.
Let's see if it's in my stuff. It's not in my actions table.
So throw a spell effect roll. Yes, that will affect it. So that will be 2d12 damage.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to roll it manually. Yeah, this spell breaks every script.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never works right. Okay, as the energy courses through the creature, it is indeed wounded.
Okay, I see we're kind of split up here. I'm going to stand here and with my 19 armor class, hold the line. Let's see. End my turn.
All right, this one's turn. It is going to swim up to here and get...
When it does that, can Serena swing at it?
No, remember, she doesn't have her weapon in hand.
Okay, gotcha.
Once it swims up to here, it is going to give out a very loud roar. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. This is the one that just did the roar. 1 second. Right, okay. So it is not going to do that. It is instead going to... All right, it is going to stay there. On this one's turn, it is going to move to here, and then it is going to attempt to bite. No, it's actually going to move to here. Do you have a melee weapon in hand there, Gordon?
No, empty hand.
Okay, so it is going to freely swim away from you, going up to where Serena is. It is going to attack her. I will need another defense roll at disadvantage. It is going to strike her once again, and she is not currently raging because it ended. 31 points of slashing damage. All right, after that massive bite, you're going to see the creature then swim towards this deeper water where it descends. Saline.
All right, we are going to peek around the corner here. There is no place I can get a better shot from, so we're going to just try to Sacred Flame the one that I can see.
All right, spell effect roll. Yes, that will indeed affect it.
We're going to find it.
Okay, those radiant energies fall down upon the creature, wounding it.
And we will step here. I don't necessarily... Where's the rock that I threw into the water that's lit up? I think it was like over here somewhere.
Okay, we can assume that. If I didn't put it on the map, then I assumed you probably didn't need it or weren't planning on using it again.
It might be important if we're retreating that way. We might be able to see them coming. But in any case, this feels like the best spot to be, really. I'm gonna chill here for a round.
Okay, Elixir.
Blixel will come up to here and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay, let's see that one.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yep, and then go ahead and throw a spell effect roll there, Blixel. Okay, that will indeed affect it. So it's going to take that 12 psychic damage. And then it has to immediately use its reaction to move away from you. All right, you will see it move away from you.
Okay. Blixel's like, get away from the edge of the water. And he will move back to here.
All right, Serena's turn.
She can jump across, right?
If she has a running jump, she should be able to make it easily, but a running jump requires 10 feet.
She do this 10 feet from here.
See, I mean, she could get to there, but then where is she trying to jump to?
Into my open arms.
No, this one, the one right above him.
So that would be a 15-foot jump. What is her strength score?
Strength 17.
So yeah, she should be able to do that.
Okay, so she'll jump over to here. So 5 back, 10 forward, 15 there. So she still has 10 left, so she'll go over here and she'll get out Shipwrecker.
Okay, she equips Shipwrecker.
And I guess hold her action to attack if something comes out of the water.
Okay, sounds good. Ready to action. Tabard.
All right, I'm going to just move over there just because, and I'm going to ready the bow if I see the creature within range.
Okay. And Gordon.
All right, I'm moving here. I'm gonna ready my Toll the Dead.
All right, so as you guys are all in sort of like prepared type mode here, I'm going to go ahead and exit combat as you see no obvious signs of movement in the water.
I think we scared him off.
What did you say to him? Wow.
You don't want to know.
So what's the plan? Are we if we touch the water, it seems to agitate them. Are we just turning around, or what are we doing?
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, the only way we can go is in the water, according to Serena. So we have to kill these two and then swim to the portcullis, or we just turn around.
yeah, it'd be a really good guard system for the back entrance of this place, right?
And they are hurting. But so is Serena.
Yeah, that was a nasty bite. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I've been bitten before.
I'm fine. Let's kill him.
I got my weapon out now.
This is on Serena. I reach over and I say, "You did good. Hung in there." She'll take 8.
Okay. Yeah. Here you go. Here's some more too. Books will also heal her.
There you go. Right as rain. See what I did there? Gordon Rainwright. Anyway.
Oh, is that like a trademark you have?
Yeah, I make everyone right as rain. Gordon Rainwright.
Ah, it's good branding. Well, yeah, that's the question. Should we try to clear these things out while they're still hurt? Or we keep them in here as serve as our guard dogs?
I think if we leave them alive and have to retreat back this way, no matter what, depending on what's on the other side of that gate, it might end badly for us. So if we want to continue, we should probably flush them out.
I got to show the faith going, so I could dip my foot in that water and bring him over.
Or, we could throw a decoy in the water.
Oh, not my foot. Okay. Well, they didn't come up when we threw the rock.
They
Did
didn't.
They didn't
But-
attack.
But it would be helpful to see where they go. If we could get a pebble down into that darkness over there where we know it is, unless there's an underwater tunnel that they have escaped through, we would at least be able to see it coming.
I'm gonna step up there, Adam, and obviously I can't see in the darkness, but I'm just gonna be vigilant.
Okay.
I'll light a pebble and hand it to Serena to chuck over there. See if we can spot it hiding under the water.
I'll cast dancing lights as well.
Celine doesn't want to have the new guy watch her try to throw a rock.
It's a long distance. It's like 35, 40 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're presuming then Serena's going to try to throw that into the water. Let's see. Blixel, just go ahead and roll a blind check for Serena. All right, yeah, she throws it. She gets it relatively close. As the rock begins to sink down below the water, you do notice the creature near the bottom of the water, but as the rock kind of starts floating down and lights it up, it starts to move. So I'm going to lock tokens again real quick. So I'm going to assume that she's got the rock about here, which is lighting the area up. The creature is spotted. So you think of this as the start of an initiative round, whether you choose to, take an action or whatever it is, but I'm going to go ahead and throw us into a round. Okay, so as the rock descends, Tabard, you're the first to react, and when you see that.
All right, and it's in the water and everything. How deep is it, Adam,
It's hard
approximately?
hard to gauge, but it's down there. You would assume it's somewhere between 10, 20, 30, 40 feet, something like that. It's hard to say.
All right, I'm just going to go ahead and ready a bow shot.
And specify what the trigger is for that?
Yeah, if it pops out of the water where I can actually hit, I'm not going to shoot it if it's in the water unless it's within like 5 feet of the water, maybe. But lower than that, I just don't think my arrow is going to be able to have a good shot at it.
Okay, so just remember, trigger has to be very specific. So is it okay if I convert that to if the creature comes out of the water?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Gordon.
All right, I'm gonna send Toll the Dead to it.
Okay. Yes, that will certainly affect it.
Oh gosh.
The creature is wounded.
Bill, have you been touching my dice?
Dude, I rolled some good ones, but I did roll a 1 on initiative already. I got mine out of the way.
All right, the creature is going to race up to here. It is going to break the water. So, Tabard, you can take a shot.
All right, now I feel cursed by Brian saying that. We'll see.
That will connect. Wounding the creature. It is then going to attempt to bite Gordon. Gordon, defense roll, please. That
If
will
it fails,
hit you.
Oh, okay. Then let me hero point that.
Okay. That will still hit you.
Is that with my +2?
You didn't add the +2 from the shield, so that gives you a 19 total.
Oh, I could do it in a blue bubble. You want me to do that in a blue bubble?
No, because that'll override your AC, but usually we just throw that in like the global mod. But yeah, as long as that's with your +2, it's a 19, so that will miss. So
Did I need my hero point for that?
You did, yes.
Okay, and now I'll figure out how to do damage. Oh, is it global?
It's under global armor class. Let's see. I think I got your sheet open.
Oh, I see 1+1 boost.
Yeah, I tried to put some templates in there that weren't turned on for you.
Okay,
so,
yeah, I'll fart around with it.
Okay. All right. After it comes out of the water, bites, and misses you, it will then continue to move. Okay, Blixel's turn.
Okay. Blixel moves over and he goes, "Where'd it go?"
It went to the south. It went down to the south.
Where the barricade was?
Yes. I should have touched it and put light on it. It's an object. You can't do that as me.
Blixel will just move his dancing lights. Move them to be down this way. Down here.
All right, I'm just scrolling back up to your dancing lights for the specifics on that. Okay, so it's a bonus action to move the lights. And so, which version did you choose? The 4 torchlight?
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 torch size, 10-foot dim on each. All right, one moment. Okay, so those should all be set up with 10-foot dim each, and as a bonus action, you can move them. So feel free to move them up to 60 feet to a spot within range.
I'm just going to move them into there.
Okay.
And then as my action, I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers on that one that ran away.
What is the range on that?
60 feet.
Okay. It does not work, but go ahead and burn the slot.
Okay. And that is the end of my turn.
Okay, Saline.
I don't see him. I don't see him.
Well, if you don't see them, then I'm not going to be able to see them. So I don't know. I guess we reevaluate. Unless someone's brave enough to go into the water, I don't see how we lure them out from here. And I will, I suppose, just sit here and ready a Toll the Dead if I see one of them.
Okay. Serena.
I guess she's just going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, Tabard.
All right, I'm going to ready a bow if it comes within visual and out of the water.
Okay. Gordon.
All right, Adam. Can I dip my foot in here, dangle it, tease it, like, or find some rock that's nearby the ledge and keep my foot in the water?
Yep, yeah, both of those are certainly possible. Would you want to just kick rocks in, or do you want to dangle your foot?
I want my foot in the water. I have faith in my shield from my god, and he can come at me.
Okay, so you put your foot in the water and you kind of start motioning it around, trying to cause a bit of a commotion there.
Yep, and I'm preparing Toll the Dead, and I'm gonna end my turn here when I see the creature emerge.
Right. Yep. Gotcha. Okay. On the creature's turn, you don't see it reemerge, and I'm once again going to end combat.
And I'll just step back. Damn it! We gotta get him. I mean, we got him on the ropes. We don't want him to get a short rest or anything.
You think it was able to escape out that way?
Maybe they swim underneath, right?
There could be any number of underwater passageways beneath us. We don't know how deep this goes.
I bet they freely swim underneath that portcullis. But we had them. There was a chance. I don't want to leave, but I will if it's the will of the Bipples.
Bit of a breeze coming through here, maybe some sort of gale. I just heard.
Well, should we
only-
investigate it more and just make sure?
Well, the thing is, I can't jump to the other side. My strength, I'm not that strong either. But Serena did tell us the only way to the portcullis is by boat or swimming. So we got to pull one of her patches off of her coat if we wanted to get onto a boat. I say that's our best chance. Let's pull one of those canoe patches off of her, right, Serena?
Oh, well, it's a one-off magic item thing. It's hard for me to make that decision. Do you think it's worth it for me to use my patch?
Well, then we're not fighting in the water. We're fighting from the canoe, which then we wouldn't feel like we were in disadvantage.
Let me see how big it is. So the rowboat is 12 feet long.
Just know that if we go in the rowboat, we're going under. That's
Yeah,
okay with me, I guess. But even though it's only 5 feet deep and everything like that, it's still a little bit taller than me.
They could drag us into deeper water too if they got their jaws on us. Well enough.
They're almost dead though.
How many of us can fit in that rowboat?
If anybody's familiar with rowboats, you would know that a typical rowboat can fit 3 people.
This is a magic rowboat that pulls out of a cloak.
And you
So
guys
this
are
one
flying,
can fit
right?
3
Okay.
magical people.
Hey, we've
Yeah,
got
but
3
this
of
one
those.
here's this one's magical and it doesn't flip over either.
Are you guys flying still, or is that gone?
That's gone.
I mean, I can do that too. Should I do that on somebody? Or I could just make them levitate.
Levitate, grab my foot, and carry with you, and then like a balloon. The spellcaster should be up there for sure. Just popping as we go.
If I fall into the water, I'm probably going to drown. But
Ugh.
I mean, I guess it just depends on how invested we are in investigating this portcullis. Serena, did it go all the way to the ceiling, or is there a way to just get over it?
She will recall that it did not go all the way to the ceiling. It was placed in the water, and the presumption she had was that it was to keep these creatures out.
Well, we need the strong fighters in the boat, so they can, if they fall off, they can still swim and attack with disadvantage. But we need to stay back in range and somehow be able to see and help.
What if you give me a rope and I jump over?
Yeah, Serena can make that jump again with a rope, possibly. But then I don't know if it lets us see a little better. That's for sure. Then your dancing lights would still be able to work. Because Celine and I and you, Buxel, can if we see the creature, we can hit it.
Yeah. Can Serena get a running jump? Yeah, she can then land over here, right?
Yeah, that's the only spot she just can't get back. We're gonna have to go through that whole thing again.
Well, if we can attach a rope, people can use that to climb us. Or I just, she does have the magic. I just don't know where she wrote down what exactly the patches she has are on this thing.
I think the rowboat is part of the default that you get automatically, because I remember she mentioned it last time.
The other one was a drone and a helicopter, and I remember the rowboat.
Hey, why don't I just get in the water and bring him in? I mean, I don't know. If you guys want to finish this fight from the land, I'll go in the water. I have the blessing still for probably another 2 minutes, 3
Yeah,
minutes.
jump in, and when it comes up, we
Worst
pop
that
them.
could happen.
Okay, fine. Defard, get a little closer. I'm going in.
But if it does that howl thing, then we'll all be affected. Just remember that.
Yeah, they have to roll 6 or something. Yes, it's dangerous.
Only one of them has to, but yep, I'm good with it.
Here, before you go, bardic inspiration for you. You're a heck of a guy. We know we just met you, but so far you're doing great.
Boom. Adam, tall man in the water. Preparing I know I can't out of combat, but thank you. I'll take the inspiration. I'm in the water. Come on, come get me.
And so that is your intent, is just to step in the water and try to make a lot of commotion?
Yeah, so now I'm kind of more committed in the water. Maybe I'm thinking maybe up to my knees or whatever.
So as soon as you get into the water, like if you're trying to stand, it's at least 5 feet deep, or around 4 feet, I should say. 5 feet. It could be a little bit less, like 4.5 here or there, but there's nowhere to be in the water and only to your knees.
Okay, then I'm in the water.
Swim across.
Yep, I'm in the water. And I'm cautiously swimming across, Adam.
Okay, and so yeah, it's about 5 feet deep here. The swim, because there's no immediate challenges and there's not a strong current or anything, you can move through easily.
Oh,
All
I
right,
want
so-
to swim now.
So, Gordon, now you notice that water to your south is starting to get deeper blue.
Okay.
That indicates a deeper, depth. So just keep that in mind. You're good where you're at right now, but if you start going south, now you're truly in swimming mode.
Copy that. Now, am I familiar with these? Is this what we noted before? Something weird on the floor?
As you glance there, it certainly looks to be lichen growing out of the ground. You think you've seen similar patches in the cave system.
All right, I'm staying here. I'm go to there, and I'm gonna pop up on this land. Hey, it's
All right.
clear, guys.
Pull yourself up, and you can hear the sound of water kind of dripping off of your body, off of your armor, and into the ground. Pat, 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 pat.
Water's fine.
Somebody
Okay.
want to throw in a glowing rock in there again?
No, I got the dancing lights. I still here.
So what I will say with the dancing lights is they're only giving off 10 feet of dim light. You certainly do not see the bottom of this dark blue water, Gordon, but where it is light blue, you can. So where it is truly light, you can think of that as about 5 feet deep. Where it gets a little bit darker, probably more like 10 feet deep. The dark, farther than you can tell.
Okay.
Blixel will try to wade over to this side.
Yep, you're able to do so.
I'll attempt the same.
Yep, so essentially what I'll say here is if you are at least, say, 5'2" or 5'3", then you don't have any issues wading over. If you're less than that, it's going to require a swim check because you're trying to keep your head above water, obviously. But even that, you don't think is going to be very difficult.
So can we get over to this side too, or is there too deep water?
Nope.
over
Yeah,
there?
you could swim right over there if you wish. Again, technically, you'd still be stepping on the bottom if you wanted to do that.
Fine.
All right, Adam, I'm going to go ahead and make the swim over here, and I'll go ahead and give you a blind check.
Yep.
Let's just say I'm not close to 5 feet, but I'm drinking milk. You never know.
Fair enough. So yeah, you hop into the water and splash around a bit as you try to make your way to the other side. So what I'll say is you get to the other side, but you get the feeling that this is just not something you're very used to. You kind of struggled quite a bit here, and you're just glad that there was nothing trying to bite you when you were doing this.
Fair enough.
Libby's here.
Howdy, Libby. All right, let's go ahead and give Libby access to her token. And that means I'm going to take it away from Blixel. Just one moment.
We didn't kill you, babe.
Okay, that should be all set now.
But did you die?
All right, so some of you guys are on the west side, some of you are on the east. Is there anything in particular you're doing at this point?
Yeah, waiting for Blixel and Libby to finish whatever they're doing over there.
Well, I want to check out the palisade.
Are you on? Oh, you're on the other side. But yeah, okay, sounds good. Where is it? I don't see it. Which way is it? West or to that southeast?
I believe Serena found it somewhere further south.
Blixel's going to take out Das Loot. And he's going to use it to cast Levitate on himself with his hand on the wall.
Okay, so you cast Levitate and you start to float.
And he's going to inch along the wall here without touching the water.
All right, so this is concentration. Okay, so yeah, you're able to do exactly as you said.
And go over and look at the... is it like flowing through here? Is it... what's going on with this walled off part?
So what you're looking at is a primitively constructed fortification. So think of this as like a wooden wall or a wooden block of some kind, and you see that there is a lot of spears through crafted holes in the wood. Again, it doesn't look like it's well crafted. You get the impression of primitive crafting ability at this point. The tunnel itself has a height elevation that goes up to about 15 feet. This wooden palisade thing is in the water. You can see it goes all the way to the ground, and it has a height of about 5 feet. So it's all these spears are pointing towards you, some more pointed kind of down. So you get the impression that this is designed to block anybody or creatures perhaps that would be trying to push their way through there.
Does there look like there's any mechanism for raising it?
Give me a blind check, Blixel. Not that you see.
Can I can I now use my guidance and say, "Are you sure you didn't check up over there?" Is that how this works with guidance?
Guidance only
think so.
works as a reaction to somebody else doing something, and they have to be within 10 feet of you.
Oh, that's right, 10 feet. Yep.
So obviously, you can partially see past that because it's not designed to, black vision. And if you're floating, technically you can see over it, assuming you're floating at over a 5-foot height or right about 5 feet. So if you wish to pass that, just let me know and I can move you past it. But yeah, what you're looking at past that area is the water continues. You notice that there is a more of like a sandy kind of ground directly to your south there.
Okay. I want to sort of like be sneaky about it though and press up against the wall, make sure I don't lose contact with that, and try to push a little bit over the blocker.
Give me a blind check as you try to be stealthy while you're doing this. All right, so you're grasped upon the wall, trying to move quietly across.
Just don't make flying sounds like.
Okay, and you're trying to pass the barricade at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay, as you are passing the barricade and trying to do so carefully, you spot a humanoid creature to your southwest. As you look at this creature, it looks very much reptilian. It is fairly large, standing at probably close to 7 feet tall. It is not looking in your direction. Doesn't seem like it knows that you're there.
Okay. Blatesville will slide back over the wall. And then I'll use this wall to travel just across here. Hey guys, I saw somebody in a different room.
Well, he's in the way of us clearing the cave, right?
Yeah, it was like some kind of like a lizard guy. There's a big chamber on the other side of the palisade here.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yay! I'm gonna jump and join the rest of it.
Okay, yes, and you can run and jump across it as you've done before, so feel free to do so.
What I missed, guys?
Well,
Nothing. You were here all the time.
the swimming polar bears almost ate you, but you're fine now.
They're
Aw.
still around though, just badly hurt, which you saw.
Yeah, and there are 2 of them. At least that's what we
Aw.
saw. So.
They dove in the deeper water, and we don't know exactly where they went.
Blixo levitated over the palisade and must have been really sneaky, but he was able to see that there's like a lizard humanoid not paying attention to our direction and a sandy landing on the other side of the palisade.
So this is not an Orog.
No.
Well, I can't translate then.
What do you think? Should I get over the other side of the thing like this? So the spell only lasts for a few more minutes.
I mean, yeah, we have to deal with this, right, guys? What do you think?
Did
And
it look like there's... Go
just
ahead.
a quick game note. Based on timing, I'm going to assume that your spell, the Shield of Faith, Gordon, has faded at this point.
Did you see a trigger or something to be able to open it up, or some sort of a lever?
I didn't, at least not on this side. I could check though.
Seems risky. You'd be over there by yourself, and if they did notice you, I'm not sure how you're getting out.
I just float back up if I do it quick. I mean, it looked like he was watching maybe the other side. So if they
Hey,
go
Adam,
that way, they're expecting us.
Adam, a map question. that light water that goes down that tunnel, is that the depth or is it current or something?
Nope, that is the depth. Yeah, you could certainly walk that about 5 feet deep.
Do we have a way to just break this open quietly?
Okay, so as you're stepping to there, Gordon, you currently have the light spell on you. So that's 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light. So your light does cast past the palisade at this point. So as you step to there, I will say you and Blixel can both hear the sound of speech. You don't recognize the language, but you hear the sound of speech and then this same speech, but much louder.
Yeah, you were right. I am a liability.
Maybe we destroy that and send the polar bears down that way.
I think the polar bears have retreated. You're splashing around and they're not coming to investigate. Well, whatever we're gonna do, we better do it fast because they're mobilizing.
I say we bust through.
Do I hop in the water?
So the white area is 5 feet, so you can just walk in it. Yeah, we gotta go, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Blixel again tries to levitate over the palisade.
Yeah, able to do so. All right, I'm going to lock the tokens here. So, Blixel, as you're coming down this way and you are now lit up thanks to the light spell, you're hearing these voices call out once again in this strange language. You don't understand what it is that they're saying. I'm going to put us into initiative order.
Turn-based mode.
We're friendly.
All right, so Tabard, as you notice your companions making their way down there, you can hear the sound of a lot of strange voices, and it seems to be echoing through these tunnels. It's hard to gauge numbers, but it sounds like a loud, raucous sound. What do you do?
All right, I'm going to go ahead. Our token's still locked.
Probably technically, but they are not now.
Okay, I'm just going to go here for right now, and I'm going to just ready a bow shot in case I see any enemy.
Okay. Okay, from your south, Blixel, you will notice a humanoid creature on an elevated ledge. As it comes around the edge and it looks your way, you can see it, it can see you. You notice that it has this primitive looking bow in hand. You can see a tongue comes out of its maw and kind of flicks back and forth. It narrows its eyes and it raises an arrow and points it at you. Your turn.
Okay. Blixel. Let me just measure.
Wait, he didn't shoot?
He did not. Looks like a warning.
Make friends. Just like you did with the polar bear.
Maybe not
I-
just like.
It didn't work. Hello. We come in peace as neighbors in your land, and Blixel will start taking out gold coins, holding them up.
You will notice that the one that currently has his bow aimed at you, he kind of releases a little bit, and you see he turns his head to the south, and in a very loud voice, he shouts something.
And then Blixel will, like, how far down is it from here? It's still just like 5 feet up, basically.
The ground from where you're at?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm assuming you just like your bottom that you're floating is just over the top of the palisade there. So if you passed it, then you're essentially 5 feet off the ground.
Okay. He'll just sort of bob up and down in the air, almost like comically.
Okay.
And that's the end of his turn. Is there like dry land on either side of me, or is this all like wall?
Let me give you a quick pointer. So this is rock wall. Okay, you're seeing dry, sandy kind of land here and here.
Okay. Um, if he pushes off, would he be able to like kick off and go to the other side?
Yeah, I would say you could do that.
Okay, so that's what he'll do. He'll kick off and go over here,
Okay.
and that's the end of his turn.
Okay, Serena.
He didn't attack. Maybe he's trying to make friends.
They're yelling something. They might be getting reinforcements. I don't know.
Is it safe to swim up to the palisade? I mean, how
It's
are we gonna...
blocked still. It's still blocked, right?
You might be able to break it or climb over it.
Let's not break it. You can
Should
come
I
over here,
get in the
Serena.
water or not?
Yeah. The white area you could walk in, right, 5 feet, so you're kind of on your feet anyway.
Right. So now that we're in combat, you can certainly enter, or we're in initiative, I should say. You can enter the white area of the water, as Gordon was just saying. Consider that about 5 feet deep. If you don't have a swim speed, that would be considered difficult terrain for you.
Okay, I'm going to walk up to the gate. I'm having issues with my computer, so after this turn, I'm probably going to restart, and I'm having issues pulling up the map, but...
Okay, I'll do your movement for you then. So you're going 15, 25, 35. You're going to dash at that point. 45, 55, 65, 75 will get you up to the gate.
Okay. Well, I am going to prepare to attack the gate in order to get through, but obviously I'm out of actions.
Right. Okay. So you get up to the gate and consider what to do next turn then.
That's all. Thanks.
Okay, Blix, so you're going to notice some movement as one of these creatures enters the water and is swimming effortlessly. You see it looks up towards you and it kind of cocks its head, and you see it calls back something once again in that strange language. And you notice the one that has the bow aimed your way seems to say something in response to that. Saline.
Saline doesn't want to get in the water when we don't know where the polar bears are. So it's a bit concerning because if she puts another rock down there, it might flush them out and make them attack, and she doesn't necessarily want to do that. So she's going to back off a bit, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, just to keep an eye on the team, what's going on. If she needs to help with anything, she will. I don't want to agitate the bears if it's right there. So yeah, we're going to just end the turn with a dodge action for now.
Okay, and there will be some movement inside that you guys won't be able to really know what's going on. So I'm going to skip those turns and move them off turn. Gordon.
Uh, they're not attacking, so maybe we could help them in some way. That's 10, 20, 30. So I will. I can't talk to them though. I don't hear what they're saying, and I'm gonna cast. I'm I'm just going to take the dodge action at him here.
Okay.
Maybe they're amazed that you could float in the air, Blixel.
All right, we are at the top of the round. As you guys aren't in immediate combat positioning or anything, is there anything that you're doing? Trying to fast forward this a little bit. Is there anything that you're doing that requires us to stay in initiative? Are you guys attacking, trying to destroy the palisade, anything like that?
I would say we try not to do that. And if Serena wants to, I might just put my hand on her arm and say, let's see what Blixel can do up there. Maybe he could talk to them.
Yeah, Blixel is going to cast a spell, though. He's got a minor illusion and create, floating in the air, one of the dead Aurochs.
So minor illusion does not let you create images of creatures, only of objects.
Oh.
He's going to upcast that.
You want like major illusion or one of the more powerful illusion spells.
Isn't it a cantrip, minor illusion?
Minor is, yes.
Yeah, gonna upcast minor illusion.
Yeah.
No, I'll do silent image then.
Okay, so keeping in mind that this has verbal, somatic, and material components. So Tabard, let's just, since you're pretty early in the initiative, Blixel, Tabard, is there anything particular you're doing?
No, if I'm staying in initiative though, I'm just keeping a bow ready just in case. That's all I'm doing.
And
Okay.
actually, I'm not actually going to do that because it's concentration. So drop my levitation. I don't really want to do it for it, and or spend the slot for it. So
Okay, fair enough. So are you just floating here waiting then to see what occurs?
I am going to actually like maneuver along the wall.
As you're getting
Here.
closer to the one in the water, you notice it looks up at you and it bares its teeth.
Play a song or something. I don't know.
He holds his hands out again, and he's like, "Friends, we are friends."
The one baring his teeth points back the way you just came.
Good call. You might lose your concentration on that side.
They don't want us to go any further in here. It might be okay to just turn around.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, right? How many's in there?
And he'll bob.
He'll point to the initiative order.
Yeah, and so he went 1, 2, and then back 1, 2. So am I able to float back over to the other side?
I believe when you're levitating, your speed's only 20 feet, so I think you've used it all.
Okay. Okay, in that case, yeah, and then he'll just he'll hover right there, keep his hands outstretched, and act like he's leaving.
Okay, Serena, anything specific that you're doing?
No, I think she's gonna hold off and wait to see how this plays out.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to just pass your turn then. This one is still looking at you. Saline, anything in particular you're doing?
Nope, she doesn't hear screaming, so it seems like things are going well enough without her.
Gordon, anything specific you're doing?
No, I'm just gonna ask. Okay, Blixel, maybe you're right. We should probably leave.
Yeah, I mean they're looking right at us.
Okay, so there's a lot of movement. Blixel, at the edge of your vision to the southwest, you can see a ripple in the water. It's not massive. You can see like a frill sticking out of the water, and it seems as though there's a figure coming your way. So again, in the essence of time here, is there anything you guys are doing, or can I kind of fast forward this?
Yeah, fast forward. If yeah.
Yeah, sure. Fast forward. It
All right.
doesn't look like a giant monster coming through the water, does it?
It does not.
Okay.
All right, so as you're floating there and you're keeping your eyes to the south, you notice this ripple keeps getting closer. Eventually, once it gets close enough, you can make out a reptilian humanoid. You notice this golden yellow frill on the top of its head as it is swimming at a pretty fast pace. Once it gets to about here, it stands up for the most part. You can see that its feet are touching the ground. It's like broad shouldered. It's pretty tall, maybe 7 feet tall or so. And about 2 feet of it are out of the water at this point. And you see it looks in your direction and it says, "You speak the language. You fly magic?"
Yes. Yes. We have much magic.
You see its eyes blink slowly and then open once again. "Where you come from?"
Come from outside the mountain.
"Are you champion?"
They call me the Copper Counselor.
You see its tongue kind of flicks for a moment. "Don't know this. What here for?"
Peace. Only peace. We are looking to see what is inside this mountain. And trade. Trade with the people of the surface.
Trade. You see it touches its frill like at the top of its head, kind of motions with its hand, and then it looks at the other two and it speaks in that other language. You see the two look at him and then slowly back away. You see he gets up to this point and then he looks and seems as though he's spotting perhaps your companions just past. How many you?
Well, there's quite a few, but just with me right now, less than 10.
Well, see, there's problem. Trade maybe some time ago, but now clan is led by different leader. Now rules different.
No trade.
Trade before, trade maybe before, but now new leader want blood of all. I tell clansmen that our God sent champion to fight leader and show error of ways.
Ah, that's not. One of my compatriots is a better fit, perhaps, for that kind of champion. We are all champions, though, but they might be better for the one-on-one combat type of championship.
Well, yes, this would be great help if gods do send champion and take leader out, and then Thrask, he says as he touches himself, then become leader again.
Oh, You were the leader.
Yes.
And now, who's the new person? Who kicked you out?
He is called Vitrix.
Jitrix. He's just like big and like good at fighting. What's his deal?
He is not like others. He has power of gods.
Oh. Blixel looks back at the
I
rest of
want
the
to stab
crew.
him. I want to stab him.
Hey, you guys want to be part of a coup?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Ask him if they traded with Cariele. Who were they trading with?
Being in a coup is on my bucket list, guys.
Rask,
I think we've been in several at this point.
we would be happy to help you, but aren't you gonna get in trouble for talking to us about this?
No one else in clan speaks this language.
Ah, I think we're in. How's this gonna happen? Are you taking us before them?
Yes. Did you fight Maru? They back there?
We did. They almost we almost killed them, but they are still alive.
Yes, vicious. You go other way. Come from wests. It is land, not water. I meet you there and open the gate, okay?
Sounds good. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yes.
Blixel doesn't break eye contact but starts levitating back up the wall and then floats back over to the other side.
All right, we are officially out of combat, folks.
So, Tavard Sanin, looks like Blixel made a deal. Yeah, here he is. Tell you all about it.
I didn't know what the heck was going on. Glad you didn't need my fist A and fist B.
Well, we still might need them. Seems like there's a whole big group of lizard folk on the other side of that thing. I'm talking at least a few dozen. And their old leader wants us to challenge the new leader and somehow win over the tribe again. And then we could have a good deal with these people and maybe work out something.
Work out what? What do they want? And
They leave us in peace while we mine?
Well, maybe because we brought up trade and they said trade happened in the past, but now the leader only wants blood. So I think this is maybe the better way to do it. We don't have to kill all of them and clear them all out of the mine. We just have to kill the big guy.
Yeah, they
how
should
do we
take
know
care
this?
of their own business.
Consider it done.
And how do we know this guy is telling the truth? Were you particularly insightful when you were asking questions of him?
I mean, he's a lizard man. I don't really know what I'm looking for. He could speak common. He didn't attack us right away. He made it so the guards left us alone. I mean, it could be he's telling them. He told us that he was going to say we were champions of their gods. That we were sent here to test or like take over, challenge the leader.
Interesting.
He could be playing us for sure, but I mean, I think this is something we might, if we want to make this mine work. Lord knows this place has way more problems than I'm getting a little bit of buyer's remorse here. This place has way more problems than I thought it would have, but we're gonna have to do something with these guys because there's a lot of them in there.
That's a good
I would
point, Blixel. You know, if we want to take ownership of this place, we have to know everything is in here.
I would prefer not to massacre indigenous people if we can avoid it. If we have to depose a warlord to do it, that's probably preferable, yeah. We don't want to be the bad guys in the history books, but
Well, he made it sound almost like it's almost like single person combat. So I'm not really. Nah, I could do that in a pinch, I guess, but I wouldn't say that's my specialty. Do any of you feel good about something like that?
no.
This is what happened to Dian and you, right, Blixel? That they're talking about a specially empowered creature that almost killed Dian and you. That must have been a vicious fight.
It was a lot of fun.
What'd you call it? A scion?
Oh yeah, yeah, maybe. He said
So,
it. He said they have power that most normal ones don't. So
so it could be
maybe it
worth
is a
it.
scion.
Might be worth it, fellas and ladies.
Yeah, just gotta stab him in the heart. Or you know what a scion is? Are you a scion?
Uh, yeah, aren't we all?
Not
No,
all of
you don't
us.
have to be racist.
Well, I did just answering questions.
Some of us were born normal, like the majority of people.
Oh, I see. I only have minor abilities. Very unnoteworthy, to be honest. So, well, not that special.
Hmm. Well, apparently, if you stab them just right, a bunch of lights swirl around you, and you absorb some of their power if they're one of those guys. So, if you want to challenge them, you feel up for single combat?
Wait, can't I help?
Yeah, but I don't know if it would work if you stabbed them in the heart.
No, I would save the heart stab for somebody else.
Oh. That might be against their rules, though. You know, a lot of these, when they have the honor, they have to stick by the rules for the rulership.
So they explained all that in that short period of time. You guys were talking about the rules of combat.
No. It's a lot of assumptions, and I know what that makes. But I was just not. I didn't want to do the single combat thing, so I was just sort of offering it up to anyone that feels strong.
Why does it have to be single combat? It took a whole bunch of us. If it is that scion, I mean, we had a hard time with that other one back there a couple days ago.
That's true. Oh, but he wants to meet us on the other side here, so we can
Yeah.
all talk to him there.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, first you guys make fun of me for having fish friends. Now you're making. Okay, let's go.
Well, they're different taxonomically, you see. And then she will explain in exhaustive detail the phylogenetic history of reptiles and fish.
All right, because I had a hard time, we'll just say swimming earlier. I'll come over here where it's not as deep.
Yep, and because you're not in oh wow, that's a really embarrassing swim. Serena, you step
is
in the
normal.
water and you notice Tavard, he's kicking and everything. It's just not going, and you kind of like just grab him by the back and shift him over, and then he's good.
It's dwarves, man. They're used to walking underground, not swimming.
Yeah, water's for drinking.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And yeah, Serena, you're tall enough that you can just walk. You don't even have to swim.
Next time they should put a bridge out here.
All right, as you make your way up towards this other palisade, you notice Thrask's head pokes up the other side, and once he sees you, you see he nods. Yes, yes, one moment. And you see he clears the palisade a bit to the side. Come.
Oh, he said come. I thought he said Like,
Hey,
what are we doing?
He speaks in this other language once again, and you notice the other of his kind nearby are certainly eyeing you all. It's hard to read facial body language on these creatures, but you certainly get the impression of maybe a bit of apprehension.
Thrask, do you want to join our group?
You see he looks back. I was leader here. I will be leader again when you are successful. Don't have much time for what you do not lead.
This guy's got a lot of faith in people he just met 5 minutes ago. When you're successful, he says.
Look at Shipwrecker. Obviously. Yes.
All right.
His faith is well placed.
As you're approaching, you notice Thrask gets to hear. Some of you have eyes on what looks to be a large bell bound to a wooden construction. You notice he looks towards the bell and he looks back towards you and he says, Ring the bell is start of challenge. This is go some ways. Either one person's, two persons, or three persons can ring bell. And challenge will either be against leader or leader plus one or leader plus two. Is very ritualistics.
Tell us about this leader of yours.
His name Jitrix. He is large like me but bigger, moves faster, seems to hit harder, can knock wind out of people.
Is he also a lizard person like yourself?
Yes.
Do we have time to bandage our wounds?
Oh.
Like 1 hour?
No, not this much time. People will begin to ask questions. They say, why here if just sit down for picnic? No, must ring bell or go.
Serena, I know you want to touch it. Hold on a sec. Come here. And we got to get you strength up here. Hold still. This may hurt a little.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it didn't. There you
Ooh. Thanks. What are we thinking? Just one? How much bigger is he than you? Is he like two of you?
No, some maybe head bigger.
I know what that is.
I
Leader
mean,
with a big head, huh? All right, let's take him.
there was more than one of us. I'd be happy to go in.
Now, if there's what you said, maybe your king or your the boss man, and what are the other folks like? Maybe if like two or three of us came in.
They are defensive creatures like me, but they are good with shield, and they are block for champion, block for the chieftain. They make him live longer. Who goes? Who is champions for you? I step back, so no, think that me, but whoever is not, come back to back wall.
Who do you think could beat him?
Well, I know I probably could.
I know you think you could.
Well, I know that I don't want to, I mean, I'm a dwarf, Serena, no offense, but I mean, come on. I mean, if you want, maybe it's both of us, but it sounds like this defender guy, I mean, we'd have to figure that out. But I mean, I think if we're if you want to try to take the champion, I mean I'm willing to roll for it as long as I get to roll low.
Thrasher, do you think he would notice if anybody else was saying some stuff and wiggling their fingers to themselves?
Yes, he knows magic. I am magic. He has command magic from me many time. He knows how magic work. Whoever ring bell will be in fight. Rest of clan will be watching everybody not in fight to make sure not in fight.
Bummer. No cheating.
Is this a battle to the death, or how does it end?
Well, when one lose, can say lose, but no honor if say lose and still live.
That sounds fair.
I'm okay to try as well.
Only three, Max. Only three. If you decide, step closer to Bell. Those not in fight, step back to wall.
All right, I think Celine, you're definite.
Celine already has her back pressed against the wall. So brave.
So
I
I'm
mean,
down. There's 4 of us, I think, are pretty willing to go.
but do we
Well,
want more in the fight? Like, I
let's
feel like
think
Yeah.
about
the
it,
less
right?
the better.
If one person is confident, then the fight will end much quicker. It depends. Like, if you think if you think 3 people can defeat 3 enemies or however many enemies they're gonna bring, faster than one person, but the one person would be alone, so it's risky both ways, right?
I vote for 2, and Celine picks who they are.
She's a smart one.
Sounds good to me. I just, out of character, that sweet, sweet blood theft is enticing to me. So,
Well, I have a strange feeling it's not a scion if it's one-on-one combat, but
Could very well be, though. Well, if you're asking my opinion, I think that if you want to go with a team of 2, then it should be one person, one frontliner, and one person capable of keeping the frontliner up. So, someone with decent healing ability. I will remind you that I only have first level cleric spells, so it's probably not me. So it would be either the frontliner could be either Serena or Tavard, and then the backliner could be either Blixel or uh, Gordon Ramsay. Make him a nice meal.
Stone Cold!
Okay, we get it. You don't want to be in the fight, Celine. No one's gonna make
it's okay. I'll bow out.
Alright, I'm still in.
I'm in. Serena's in. So if we're only gonna do 2, Serena, you and I need to play a hand of knuckles.
Well, I would love to, but the fact that you're at full health and I'm not,
I can heal you up a little more if you want. How much are you missing?
approximately 11.
Honestly, I'd say if 3 of you guys do want to do it, you probably should just ring the bell 3 times.
But then there's gonna be more to fight. No, I disagree. I mean, unless everyone else agrees.
We're stronger together, guys.
I'm happy to bow out. Because, like I said, already injured, you know. It's all you guys.
Okay?
I can't even take the killing blow, so. But If they start to kill you, I can't guarantee that it can be held back. If you guys die.
I have a strange feeling we're going to be going somewhere else because he said other people will be watching, and this doesn't look like a big room. So I have a strange feeling there's another area here. Who knows? Gordon, you ready? Are you guys sure with this?
Well, I guess the question is, are you two sure? Do you want to do this?
So if two
not,
ring,
who will take your turn?
if two ring the bell, then two enemies appear. Is that what?
That
The
is what
chief
Thrask
didn't
has
somebody.
explained to you.
Okay.
My only concern is that, my poor Papa's Warhammer last time didn't do as much damage to some folks. That's my only thing. I don't know, maybe the three of us would be a good idea.
Yeah, because you don't have a magical weapon.
It's special, but not that kind of special. Yeah, good point.
Now we're gonna have more enemies. It's never a good thing. I'm definitely gonna bolster magic one of you guys, if I can. Before you ring the bell.
Yeah, it's so you want two tanks and a cleric? I guess two melee would be the word.
Let's go for it. Come on.
Are we gonna have more? Okay, fine. I mean, if you want me to, I'll join you, but I just feel like it's dumb to increase your number of enemies.
We're increasing the number of enemies, but potentially 3 people could collapse on one and eliminate them faster than 2 people
That would be
could
our hope.
potentially.
One at a time.
Who are you using bolstering magic on, Serena?
I'm going to give it to Tavard. The
Okay.
D3.
Okay, so this will last for 10 minutes. So use this ability now. Clock starts.
If somebody can make my Warhammer a little magical, that'd be great. But if not, let's get going.
And if
Serena, do
anybody
you
wants
want
to
to be?
heal me,
Serena, are you joining?
you guys insist.
All right, Serena, drink this. There's a healing potion. You could roll it. I'll take it off my list.
Just a regular one?
Yeah.
But don't drink it yet, because I'll do cure wounds on you, using a bloodline ability first.
Okay. Oh my god, that's exactly what I needed.
All right, give it back then.
Beautiful.
Or yeah, I mean, just use it in the fight if you need it.
Okay,
I don't think
give
they'll
it
take too kindly to me
potion.
healing them during the fight. So
Okay. I hand back the potion.
Yep, I got it on my list. Thank you.
Didn't mean to step on you.
Tavard,
Yep.
am I ringing it 3 times?
each of you ring it once, I think.
All right, I'll ring it.
All right, you ring the bell and it echoes throughout this cavernous area. You can hear the sound in the native language of these creatures now. They seem to be repeating a phrase over and over. Off to the east, you hear the sound of a large bellowing roar. And then you hear in a very deep voice that same language given out. Thrask then says to you all, "The chieftain has taken your challenge. He says he invokes right of water god. Last one to leave water is the one who is the winner. So if you go in water, if you then leave water, you are out. So you must start battle in water. Make sense?"
Crap.
So I just have to stand in water.
Yes. If once you are in water, battle start. But if you leave water, you are out. And he has asked all to watch and make sure there is no cheating. Yes, no cheating.
How deep is the water, Adam?
So right against the edge here, it looks fairly shallow, between 4 and 5 feet deep. Down here, it's shallow-ist that you can see. Anywhere else it's deeper is more, 10 feet plus.
Well, there goes our melee.
All right, you guys can see some of these creatures now approaching.
I think, Tavard, you're out. Like, you can't even stand in regular water, right?
Pretty much. I mean, but I can't. So that's water. I mean, that's land. So
Yeah, but he's gonna stay in the water. Why would he leave the,
yeah, I
leave the
know.
water?
I know. Yep.
Sorry, Adam, that's a bit of a curveball there.
You thought that the lizard folk chieftain was going to be totally on the up and up? I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, if they're getting 3, then so you rang it.
Should we throw Blixen? How tall are you, Blixen?
Well, so what?
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm allowed to go in there.
Said whoever goes in starts the fight, right, Adam?
So if you're asking this question of Thrask, he will say the 3 of you that were standing by their bell when it was rung,
okay.
Those are the expected champions. So,
okay.
Yes. Now, again, keep in mind, like I say, if you're in the water really close by, you're looking at about 4 feet deep. So I don't know how tall you are, Tabard.
4.5.
All right. So it would be very difficult moving for you, but you're not in risk of drowning. But yes, if there's, say, ranged attackers and they start moving out here, you might be at a bit of a challenge.
Do you want the rowboat, Tavard? Might not last.
No, I think that's going to be an advantage then because they'll just tip me over. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I'll just stay down in this area here.
Can anybody make you fly or anything?
It's too late for that, I think.
Is it?
Thrask will say to you, Blixel, back wall, they are looking at you. Think you are trying to get into battle. It's not. Oh, good.
Sorry. I was going to buff you.
Already pretty buff, but hopefully your friends are too.
Can I cast a spell from here, Adam? Try to cast a spell?
You can try anything that you would like.
No, I think it's cheating.
Keep in mind, the whole time, the clock is currently running, you guys.
Yeah, jump in.
I'd like to get in the water, but I actually can't.
Yeah, I can.
So is that your intention, though, so are you just trying to, like, carefully drop yourself in? Are you diving in? Give me an idea what you're doing.
Oh, carefully walk in and stay in the shallow part so I can keep my footing for the time being.
All right, so
Same.
you slide off of the edge into the water here, Serena. Gordon, you do the same.
Don't let them push you out of the water, guys. That's the test. Stay in the water.
Tabard, are you also getting into the water?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
All right, so you slide carefully off the ledge. All right, once you do, you hear the sound of splashing start to echo out. And I am going to lock tokens here. And because we're halfway through our session, folks, what an epic time to take a break. See everybody back in 15 minutes.
Nice.
All right, we are back on the second half of our session, and we are just in the process of having a ritualistic duel here. So, team, let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. So, Tabard and Serena and Gordon, you guys are standing in this relatively shallow water. The deep water starts pretty quickly next to you here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get us into initiative order.
Hey, Adam, what is this here?
That represents water falling from above and landing there. So think of that as like the waterfall ground area.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's get us into some higher up tempo music. All right, so after the bell has been rung, you guys get yourself in the water, having heard this, the rules for this ritual, that if you leave the water, you're out. The rest of the lizard folk are certainly around here, weapons drawn, looking in your direction. Gordon, as you get to this point and you're looking at your companions and looking at the terrain around you, you hear a splash to your east, and it's your turn to react. What would you like to do?
Okay. Action. Since I chose this type of cleric, I'm gonna roll those cool dice at him. So Chest of Fate, I think is what it's called. Hand of Destiny. So as an action.
Okay, so you used a channel divinity for this, right? Or actually, no, I think
No.
this is a separate power.
Yeah, separate power. I use it as many times as my proficiency bonus.
All right, yep. So we see you've got 2 left there. Does this look like anything to your companions?
You just more of my aura about me. It's like, we got this. We absolutely got this. That kind of thing.
Okay, that is your action. Anything else?
Fortunate strikes. I always have advantage on the first attack roll. Make this hard. Okay, now bonus action. I'm throwing it out there. You know you love it. That's why we have it. Throw that out there.
All right, go ahead and click the damage just to show that you have cast the spell, and that will burn the slot. What type of spiritual weapon is yours?
It's going to be a nice star, shining star. I'm feeling optimistic. We need to have the light for us to give us hope.
Let me see if I can find a decent star.
Did I roll a 3? Holy crap.
All right, so I got your star on there. Let me go ahead and give you control of that, Gordon. Okay, so you have conjured your spiritual weapon as a bonus action. This lasts for a minute.
And I'll put it there.
Okay, it is conjured. Anything else on your turn, Gordon? Okay, Tabard.
Is this considered difficult terrain?
Yes, anywhere at all in the water will be difficult terrain for you.
All right, I can't really see the creature too well or see whatever may be, so I am going to go ahead and I'm going to ready a bow shot that when I see one of the enemies in the water, I'm going to go ahead and attack.
Okay. Okay, before Serena's turn.
She rolled
Oh.
so bad.
All right, Serena's turn.
Wait, nothing happened?
It did. It did. It just wasn't visually perceptible to you.
She's like, where is it? Where is it?
If I step here.
Yeah, so if you step to there, you're swimming.
Okay. Well, and this is a rock, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay. I like having the rock behind me because it could help me from getting pushed. And I am going to use something called magic awareness. Am I sensing where my enemy with the power of the gods might be?
Within 60 feet of you, using that ability, the only thing you detect is anything on yourself or your companion.
I say, show yourself, coward! Translate for me, Thrask.
You will hear him say, yes, okay. And then he says something loud in the other tongue. You're not sure if he said what you said or not.
And
Adam, how high is this here?
The ledge to your southeast, that's like 20 feet above you.
Okay, cool.
I say, don't get out of the water, Tavern. And I don't think I'm going to do anything else.
Okay, before Gordon's turn. Okay, Gordon's turn.
Wow. Well, this is boring. I am going to use my action to prepare Toll the Dead and an enemy that pops up.
Okay, you ready to cast Toll the Dead? Tabard. All right, as you move to their tabard with these deep, dark waters, but you've gotten closer now, you can see a couple of figures underneath the water.
They're probably just part of the audience.
Wrong
All right.
place, wrong time.
And what are these things? These creatures? Do they just look like people who are watching?
They have bows and they are looking to the west, I would say.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell the group that I'm going to come here. I'm going to grab out my my trusty warhammer, and I'm going to prepare it. I'm going to say, "There's two of them swimming in the water over there," and I'm going to point towards this direction.
Okay.
I'm going to ready a hammer blow. So.
Okay, before Serena's turn. Serena, you spot the creatures swimming through the water, and one then pops up. So, Gordon, you can go ahead and take your readied action.
You know it.
That will not affect the creature. Okay, Serena, so what do you currently have in your hand?
Shipwrecker.
All right, so once the creature pops up from underneath the water, I would say that is when it triggers your attack, because otherwise you can't really see him well, and to strike downwards it would just be really a disadvantage. But as soon as he pops up, he enters your area, so if you wish to reaction attack him, you can.
Might as well.
You swing out with Shipwrecker, and you see he brings up this dripping water shield and blocks your attack. All right, as both of them have swum up next to you, you notice the one that is to your northeast is going to lash out with a Morning Star, and then he's going to slam that shield towards you. I'll need 2 defensive rolls.
Maybe we should have picked who did this based off of how good they roll.
You block the Morning Star attack, but the shield does manage to find purchase against you, hitting you for 7 points of piercing damage. The second one is going to do similar, striking you, trying to strike you twice. I'll need 2 more defensive rolls. Nice. That will be a fumble. Go ahead and roll a melee fumble. The second one will hit you.
Maybe.
Okay, so you don't have a reaction because you already used it, but had you had a reaction, you could have used it to attack him right now. So essentially, he made a lunge and got himself open, but unfortunately, no benefit for you. Of course, that's still a miss. However, he does then manage to land that shield strike against you, and that'll be 7 points of piercing damage. Serena, it is your turn.
Oh, now you ticked her off. Ugh. Okay.
All right, so you burn a
Yep.
usage of rage, and that gives you that teleport ability, which you can use as a bonus action. Right, so I think you can use it right now, and then on subsequent rounds, you can use it as a bonus action.
I guess for right now, I'll just teleport to here because I don't want to go any deeper.
Okay.
And that's just like a bonus thing. I don't need to. I still have my action and everything, right?
You still have your action, yes.
So I'll go ahead and start attacking the one right in front of me.
Okay. That will miss.
Extra attack.
That one will connect. Okay, so you notice as you strike into the one that is just next to you, the one that is behind him braces with the shield, absorbing some of that attack.
Get out of here. And I think that'll do for now.
Okay, before the top of the round, Serena, you're going to notice as a third creature swimming through the water suddenly bursts forth. As it does so, you notice this one clearly looks different than its compatriots. Its body is much more, I will call it saurial, as compared to being more reptilian. You notice as it breaks free from the water, it's dangling this long flail that is, he pulls it out of the water, and you can see it's dripping a bunch of water at this point. As his action, he is going to make 3 attacks against you, Serena. I'm going to need 3 defensive rolls as he tries to bite you and then try to hit you with that flail twice. So bite first, then 2 flails. Okay, the bite will land, the flail will land, and the flail will land. All right, so that'll be, since you're raging, that's 6, 6, and 5 for a total of 17 points of damage to you, Serena. All right, top of the round, Gordon's turn.
Okay. Ouch is right. All right, I'm gonna move here, and bonus action first. I'm gonna move my weapon there at him, and then I'm going to attack the big guy.
Okay.
So a spell attack roll.
Yeah, I think this is just like a melee attack, I think is how it's worded, right?
Melee spell attack, yeah.
Yeah, so do a spell. Wait.
So it's
How do
not
I-
a spell effect roll. It's your melee spell attack. So I guess that's equivalent of a spell effect roll if my math is right. So yeah, just post a spell effect roll. All right, and now that goes against his armor class as opposed to going against like a save or anything like that. That is going to miss.
Okay, and then my action, I was gonna hold it, but I might as well burn it now. I'm gonna start concentrating on this spell. I start waving my hands, and we're gonna pop an aura of vitality around me.
Okay.
I already used my bonus action, so I will pop that and then end my turn.
Okay, after your turn, but before Tabard's turn, as a legendary action, the big guy is going to attempt to bite you, Serena. Another defensive roll.
Oof.
He
For the love of God.
is going to bite you for 6, cut down to 3 points of damage. Tabard.
Serena, when I dropped my dice a few weeks ago, you shouldn't have picked them up. All right. So, needless to say, I'm gonna pull a Tabard here as far as patient defense. And I know this guy probably has some good there. Oh, Adam, do I get flanked because I don't think his actual lizard other guy over there in the yellow, I don't think he likes them, so I think this is the flank, right?
No, unfortunately not. No, he's going to go with his big guy.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, the first one will connect. The second one will miss.
Second one's a
Doesn't he have
23.
advantage?
Oh,
I have
right. You're
advantage.
attacking at advantage. So the first one will hit. You're going to notice that the one next to him is going to block part of that attack.
Yep.
Second one, 23, will hit. And he will take that damage. All right, after your turn, Tabard, but before this guy's turn, the big guy, once again, is going to take a legendary action, and he is going to attack you again, Serena, with another bite.
Tavern's standing right there.
Yeah, but Tabard is patient defensing, which makes it much harder to hit him.
And I'm prettier.
That one you do manage to evade, Serena. All right, this one's turn. He's going to move to here. And from there, he's going to take a grapple action against you, Tabard. I will need an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, against his.
Hold up.
ability.
I tried to play that card in the middle there.
Okay, you spend your card. Your group gain advantage on your next skill check within 1 minute.
Nice.
I did my homework during break.
Always good.
All right, Adam, and if I need to, I'll spend a hero point on this, but I'll make the acrobatics roll first.
Okay, yeah, and this one can be public.
Whoops, I moved it to GM only.
That's okay, we'll take that. So with advantage, you have burned your advantage, but you are successful. That attack will miss. Then his second attack will be another grapple. You will have to spend a hero point if you want to try to resist that, and that will burn your reaction. Uh, 18. That's enough. Yeah, you are not grappled. Okay, seeing that. This one's going to move 5, 10, and attack you twice, Gordon. I'll need 2 defensive rolls, please.
Oof.
First one connects.
Inspiration. Nah, I don't think a hit die might help. So I'm
Okay.
going to do inspiration.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and burn an inspiration. So with 10, we're adding 7 to that. So that's a 17. Unfortunately, that will still hit.
Okay, and second defense.
That will also hit.
There we go, guys.
So you are struck twice, once with a Morning Star. 10 points of piercing damage. Go ahead and apply that.
Wait, can I use my reaction? Oh no, maybe too late.
I don't think you have a reaction right now.
Still?
I don't believe you do. Usually what I do is like put a dot or something and then take it off when you get it back just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure you already used it this round. Okay, so that was the Morning Star, and then here's the Spike Shield damage, so 8 points. All right, you managed to maintain concentration both times. And remind me, right now you have a free hand and a shield, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so then you're going to notice him back up to... yeah, he's actually going to back up to here. Serena, your turn.
Yay. I will swing at the injured one.
Okay. That will miss.
Extra attack.
That one will connect. All right, as you strike into him, you notice the one to his left is going to absorb some of that damage.
Wait, what just happened?
You struck the injured one, which by that I assume you mean the big guy, right?
Were they on top of each other?
Nope. The one to his left, you might need to refresh if your screen's lagging. The one to the left just blocked some to the one in the middle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. This one wasn't there before. So sorry. Should I put the dot on after I use a reaction?
Yeah, that's usually what I do. So, like, you'll notice I just put a yellow dot on him. That way I know he doesn't have a reaction. And then when his turn starts, I just take it off.
Sounds good. I'm going to Pam. So only the one in the middle is injured, or both of these injured?
The one to your north is injured, and the one in the middle is injured as well.
I'll Pam the leader, the big guy.
Okay. That will miss.
Cool. Cool.
Okay. After your turn, but before his turn, he's going to use a legendary action to try to bite you again, Serena.
Oh, defense roll, right?
Yes, please. That one you managed to evade as well. All right, his turn. Okay, he is going to unleash his series of 3 attacks, all at you, Serena. I'll need 3 more defensive rolls. So the bite will hit you. That is
Oh my
a
God.
whopping 2.
Can I use a hero or no?
Hero point.
What does luck do again?
If you remember our rules on Lucky is you have to say I'm going to use this if I'm hit before you're hit, and then if you are hit, you can roll it and re-roll.
Well, I'm gonna say it for the next one.
Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, so let's process. Okay, so that one you do evade.
And I'll use luck on the last one if I need it.
Okay, that one you are hit. So go ahead and use Lucky. So you'll just click that Lucky on your sheet. All right, so 3 plus 4 is 7. You're still hit. So that means you'll take 1 bite and 1 flail. So that's 3 damage and 8 damage for a total of 11 points of damage against you. And top of the next round, Gordon.
Okay, bonus action 2d6 to heal Serena.
Thanks.
Yep, got you. Hang in there. And then action, I'm going to pop this Adam and see if I could blind the BBEG.
Okay, let's see. Spell effect roll. Yes, that will certainly do the trick. He is blinded.
Okay, he's blinded. Should be pretty easy to hit, Tavard. I'm gonna step up on the dirt. Oh, just kidding.
All right. Before Tavard's turn, as a legendary action, he is going to move.
I'm going to use my reaction to smack him.
You don't have a reaction, Tavard.
Can I smack him?
You can. Yes, you have a reaction.
What was my reaction for?
You use a hero point on a defense roll.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Why was moving his legendary reaction?
He has different legendary actions that he can take, and one of them is movement. So this time, he is using legendary action to move.
Okay, so I gotta say, if he's dumb enough to walk through my spiritual weapon, he's got to be hit by it.
No, because remember, it's like insubstantial. Doesn't do anything.
He's blind. He doesn't know it's there.
That will hit, Serena.
And that will stop his movement, I believe, as well.
Ooh, good point.
So that is 12
Set.
points of damage. That would trigger at this point, and then this one is going to go ahead and use his reaction to cut that damage in half. Okay, Tavard, your turn.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and move
Sorry,
here.
Tavard. I want to say something real quick just to clarify. So if we notice that first bubble, when you hit a creature with an opportunity, the creature speed becomes 0 for the rest of the turn. So I think that's trying to say its turn right then. Not if it meant the whole round, it would mean the whole round, right? So legendary actions work a bit different. So I just want to not catch you guys off guard there. Tavard, go ahead.
All right. I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to attack this guy. Oh, I'm going to go patient defense because, well, I've got key.
Okay.
And I'm going to wall up on this guy twice.
Okay.
Especially since now he doesn't have his buddy to shield him next to him. So I didn't mean quarterstaff, but it's the same thing.
That will hit.
I'm going to go ahead and just Warhammer it twice at him just because damage.
Okay.
And we already know that second Warhammer hit, so I'll just use those two just for the attack part.
Wait, you lost me there. So the first Warhammer you were posting, I assume
The
you were
first
posting
one I
that to
used
do
as a-
damage.
Yeah, well, the first one was I accidentally pushed the quarterstaff, but I meant to hit with my Warhammer, so I said the second one I was just going to go ahead and push Warhammer just so I can push the damage button.
Right. So I'm with you totally there. So the 22 essentially is a non-counting roll because you were posting that just for damage, right? And then the 10 would be your next attack. Am I following you or am I wrong?
Oh, well, that's not how I meant it, but that's fine. I mean, I can understand that reasoning.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted you. Yeah, because you threw quarterstaff, which was wrong. So you're now pushing Warhammer just so you can click the damage. So that Warhammer attack wouldn't count. So
Yeah,
I'm going to take your first and your third.
Yep, that's fair enough. Thanks.
Okay. Yep. All right. So you strike him for 13 points of damage. You wallop him with the Warhammer. He is looking wounded.
And I don't think, what's he wearing as far as armor and everything goes?
He is wearing what looks to be scale armor. And of course, you've seen him have that shield in, shield in hand.
All right. I'm not going to bother with my hero point then. All right. Yep, that's one. Oh, you're lucky, you bastard. Got me with that. I'll get you next time.
All right, this one's turn. Very similarly, he's going to try to grapple you, Tavard. So I will need a acrobatics or athletics check of your choice. You manage to evade his grapple, and he will try again. He will manage to grapple you. All right, as he has now grappled you, he is going to swim, pulling you out into the deeper water. And at this point, he's essentially trying to drown you.
I tell him not to.
He's not really listening. He doesn't understand your language. Uh, this one's turn. He is going to attack you twice, Serena. I'll need 2 defensive rolls, please.
Can I luck point these ones?
You can, yep. So if you want to say if you're hit, you're going to do a luck point, you can say that.
I will.
You are struck on that first one, so go ahead and click a luck point. Okay, so that becomes a 5. Unfortunately, no good. You still get the better of your 2 rolls there, so you're still hit, but it's not a crit or anything. And then another defensive roll, please. That one you do manage to evade. So you are struck by the Morning Star, and that will do 4 points of piercing to you. He is then going to swim. Serena, your turn. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Serena, before your turn, as a legendary action, he is going to swim. Now it's your turn, Serena.
I'm going to get my reaction back.
Yes.
And I can pull out a javelin, right?
You could, yeah.
Oh wait. What's the depth looking like around here?
Right up against the rock wall, only like 5 feet. Once you get a little bit off, you're looking at more like 6 feet. Anything here, you're looking more like 10 plus.
I'm going to use my wild magic teleport.
Okay, sure, yeah. So I'll let you go up to 30 feet.
Like right there?
That'll certainly work, yeah.
And now I will swing.
All right, you'll get flanking on this. That will hit. That wounds him.
And extra attack.
17, that will hit with flanking. Wounding him again. He is looking badly hurt.
Let's spin it around and do it again.
Unfortunately, I believe your teleport was your bonus action, right?
Oh, dang it. I got too excited.
No worries.
All right. That'll do it.
Okay, now let's see. At the end of each of its turns, it's going to get another check. Okay, so from where it's at right now, it is going to swim next to you, Tabard, and it is going to take...
Blind?
It is blind, yes. It is going to take a bite attack against you, which will be at even, because both factors are in play here. So, defense roll, please. All right, you managed to easily evade that bite attack. You see that he doesn't have the purchase to be able to swing the flail at this point, so he simply attacks you with a bite. All right, at the end of his turn, I'll need another spell effect roll, Gordon. And that is Constitution. That will still be affecting him. We move to Gordon's turn.
All right, bonus action for Serena. Yay!
It's 6 for her technically.
Yeah, we're killing it here, guys. All right, that's
Wait,
my
is
bonus.
that healing?
Yeah, it's healing to you. And then I'm going to Toll the Dead on the guy between Tabard and Serena.
Okay. And spell effect roll.
Big money, big money.
There we
That
go.
will certainly do the trick. Go ahead and post damage. That is exactly how much HP he had, so he will drop to 0.
Whew. Come on, we need to get these dice warmed up. And that's my action, bonus action. I'm going to do another. I can't do anything else.
Okay, before Tabard's turn, as a legendary action, he is going to attempt to bite you, Tabard, straight up once again. Yes, you managed to evade that. Your turn, Tavern. Remember, you are currently grappled by the north one.
All right, so basically with that there. So Adam, what I'm thinking about doing, right, is I'm trying to do stunning strike. So I'm just telling you what I'm going to try to do, right? So I can go ahead and I can still patient defense, try to hit him a couple times, right? Even though I'm kind of swimming.
So,
Yep.
yes. So basically, at this point, he's like trying to force your head underwater. You can hold your breath for which amounts to quite a long time when it comes around. So I would say, yeah, what you're trying to do would be totally fine.
All right, I am going to patient defense for obvious reasons.
Okay.
All right, I'm grappled. Now, if I try to hit him, I mean, I could try to break away. I understand that, but I want to try to take him down, Um, so I'm going to go ahead and try to hit him. Now, can I swing? Am I, since I'm underwater, do I have any disadvantage trying to use my warhammer? I guess
Y-
is what I'm trying to.
yes, you automatically have disadvantage if it's not a piercing weapon and you're in the water.
All right. I grab one of my arrows and like, no, okay. And I can't remember, but for stunning strike, I can just hit him with a monk weapon, though, right? It doesn't have to
Any monk
be.
weapon or
Yeah.
unarmed weapon. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and try to hit him, and if I hit him, I'm going to try to stunning strike him.
Okay. 11 will miss.
I'm going to try with my second attack.
21 will hit.
All right, I'm going to try stunning strike, which I have not used before, so I don't know if there's any.
So post damage on your attack first. We'll do that part. Okay, so I've taken that off. I believe I have this under use key, right? Because it requires key.
Right, and I just pushed there, so effect roll 14.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. Okay, so that's a 14 against his constitution. He is not stunned.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be. All right, but I had to try, so.
It was smart.
All right, this one's turn. He is now attacking you at advantage because he can swim, you can't swim, and he is going to try to bite you and then essentially stab you with his shield. So 2 defense rolls straight up since you patient defense. You're hit on the first one and the second one. That'll be 14 points of damage to you, Tavern.
And I take half because of my patient defense monk ability.
Okay, yeah, then go ahead and deduct those in half.
That is an insane ability.
Yeah, it's a very defense-focused monk subclass, which is pretty cool.
For
It's
sure.
not something you see in normal play. This one was taken down by Gordon. Gordon, please roll me a d20. Yes, he is indeed. I'm not going to call him dead, but I'm going to say he is out of the combat because he's literally at 0 HP. Okay, so let's see. That was this guy. We're going to remove him. And after, yeah, Serena, I haven't been taking legendary actions here. So let's go ahead and do a bigger legendary action to make up for that. Okay, so Tabber, give me 2 defense rolls, please. You evade both of them. Okay, Serena, your turn.
We got this.
Throw that one's body out of the water.
Is Tavern still?
So what you're seeing right now, Serena, is you're seeing a swimming lizard man holding a dwarf's head underwater, and you can see blah, 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 but he's like flopping and flabbing all around trying to survive.
I should have accepted that fish lady. I'm just telling you.
So I'm wondering if I could step forward long enough to like attempt to grapple Tavard to pull him into shallower waters.
Yes, you can certainly try that. When you move to the north, you're basically swimming at that point. So, but you can certainly grab him and try to pull him backwards. The way that would work is you're basically a contested athletics check against the lizard folk to the north, keeping in mind that because you're swimming, that would be at disadvantage.
And she hasn't used a check in the last minute because of my card, so it might be even.
There you go. Yep, good call.
But she would lose her rage if she doesn't attack. Or no, she took damage since the start of her last turn, right? Or no?
No, but she's got lots of rages. This is a TPK or not, so I would just burn them anyway.
That's true. Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, is this guy floating out of the way, or do I need to like?
You can
Push him
literally
around?
push him out of the way easily if you want without any kind of action. So I'll assume like you just kind of, push him out of the way.
Okay. Yep. Then I'm going to attempt to grapple Tavard back.
Okay, so athletics check. This will now be even because you're swimming, but you have the bonus from the card.
Oh my god.
No, this is not your night, Cerilia. Unfortunately, that's not going to do it. You can't grab onto the dwarf.
Probably more my fault than yours.
Now, keep
Hey,
in
Tavard,
mind, Serena, that is one attack. You have extra attack. You can do it a second time if you wish.
And Tavar, do you have an inspiration to give? You remember you could do that.
I'll try again.
No, I
this
don't, but
time,
good call.
can I feel like a hero point wouldn't have helped in the last one, but I guess I'll do like a luck point this time if need be.
Okay, so if you fail, you're going to luck point it. Sure. Okay, so that will fail. So go ahead and burn a luck point. All right, that's a 3 plus 6, so that's a 9. That's not going to do it.
You don't have to laugh when you.
I'm sorry, I don't usually see bad luck this bad.
You
When it-
rolling d20s? Are you sure? Let's see.
When it's really bad, you have to laugh because you know it's going to come back around. There's going to be a day when you're just demolishing everything.
That day never comes, Adam.
It's
Do you
right
have
around the
weariness?
corner, I promise.
You don't have weariness, do you?
No, she does not.
Oh, I have bad luck, if you must know.
You look tired out there.
So again, you take the better of the rolls. So you have a 12 on that one. You could choose to spend a hero point. Whether that would work or not is hard to say. It's up to you.
All right, let's try that too. Why not?
All right, go ahead and burn a hero point. So, with an 8,
Just one?
yes, that will do the trick. All right, you do manage to grapple Tavern and break him free of the grappler to the north.
So if I step back, pulling him, this one being blinded, does he get a reaction?
This is considered forced movement for Tavern, so this does not provoke opportunity attacks. You moved away from the guy, and he is blind, like you said, so he can't attack you.
And just in case anyone's curious, I don't try to fight this.
I went with it, yeah.
Can I?
No,
pull
yeah.
him?
The lizard guy in the water.
You want to move Tavern next to you?
Yeah, so he's like as shallow as he can get.
Yeah, okay, so count that as a total of 30 feet of movement so far.
All right.
Good turn.
And
Your rage is gonna drop.
yeah,
You still have a bonus action this turn.
can I Pam from this far away? That's probably
I think
but
Pam requires that
Pam
you
would do
attack.
yeah. Can I, if I,
You could, like, punch the down guy. He's technically still alive, right?
She doesn't
that
have an
was-
action.
Oh,
there
that's
would
right.
be an
Never mind.
attack. Yeah. And I suppose
Hey!
even like grabbing him or moving the down guy would be like actions, right?
Like scooting him out of the way I gave to you for free, it doesn't count as an attack, so it won't keep your rage going. But I mean, if you're trying to scoot him again, you technically could if that's something you're trying to do.
No, I was gonna like lift him, so that would probably be.
That's more like an athletics check.
Well, I'll scoot him. Can I scoot him on this side of me?
Sure. If you want to use the rest of your movement, I can assume you just kind of reach out and scoot him over here.
Yeah, so he's just a little further away from his allies, but I don't want him out of reach. And I think.
We could insult him, but put him on the land.
Well, that's the idea, but I think that would require
Yeah,
lifting.
yeah.
So all of this is quite deep.
Yes.
More than 5.5 feet.
Yes, definitely.
Well, my ring is a bonus action. If I engage my Englados ring, that would just be a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Let's do that. And I'll start off by healing myself.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2. So
Okay, 8 back to you. Okay, on his turn, he is going to swim up and then kind of pushing this guy a bit out of the way, swim up to a standing position, and he's going to take 3 attacks against you, Serena, all at disadvantage. So you'll have advantage on your defense rolls. Okay, that one you will succeed. That one you will get struck. And one more.
If I do a hero point on this crit, does that make it not a crit?
So right now he's attacking at disadvantage, so that's not a crit. He actually you got a 10 on that one, but it still hits you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I always forget to do the reverse.
Yep, yeah, no worries. And that one you will evade as well, so you're struck by the flail 1 time. That'll be 11. Let's see. Your rage ended, right? So that is 11 full damage. All right, end of his turn. Gordon, another spell effect roll.
Oof. Oh, do. I get to do anything on those?
You got inspiration?
He
I
will
do not.
succeed on that.
May I give him inspiration?
I'm going to say no, just because you're not really even in this battle.
He's inspired watching it, though.
I'm having a great time spectating.
Yeah, Blixel's hyping up the crowd.
All right, so he is no longer.
Oh wait, speaking
blinded.
of that, don't I have a bardic inspiration?
Bardic
You gave it to me.
inspiration would not work on this anyhow. I don't believe, unless it's some kind of special bardic inspiration.
It works on. Yeah, it's not for
Okay.
saving enemy saving throws, basically.
And, well, I'm trying here. Okay.
I
And
think it does work on healing though, and some other things too. So just
Yeah.
All right. My turn, right? So I'm going to bonus action move now my spiritual weapon, not heal.
Okay.
And I'm going to do that attack there.
Okay.
Oh,
And that's the equivalent of a spell effect roll for you.
oh
I
my
will
god.
miss.
Waste of a bonus action. Okay,
Still
then.
has horrible rolls. Watch me.
Wait. Hang on a
My
sec.
beer.
So remember, that's from you, not from the spiritual weapon. So you actually rolled an 8. What is your? Let me just check your
8.
audio. So 16 total then. Instead of an 8, that will still miss, but making sure we're right there.
Okay, copy that. And then, of course, here on the BBEG.
What are you trying to do with thaumaturgy?
Oh. Toll the death.
All right, I was gonna say. Yes, 17 will affect him.
Nice.
Very good.
Get
Okay,
right.
that necrotic energy goes through him.
Yeah, you could use the inspiration for that, I guess. It looks like you want to do more damage.
On the damage I can? I do. Is it 8 or 6?
For me, I think it's D6.
I think it goes up to D8 when you hit level 5 Bard. I don't know if you're 5 Bard.
I am 5 Bard.
Well, there. You got 2 choices, Adam.
I'll give you the 6 for now, unless he says something otherwise.
I'll look it up real quick, but
All right, at the end of your turn, Gordon, but before Tabard's turn, the boss guy is going to use 3 legendary actions to make a staggering strike at Serena. Serena, I will need you to give me a defensive roll, please.
I'm not allowed to portent, right?
I mean,
David's-
technically you could, but I would say maybe someone that's perceptive might realize that you are doing something.
I will not.
Can I? No, I guess it'll just be hero point, which I can call afterwards, right?
You can, yes.
Defense roll?
Yes, please.
Oh
You
my God.
will be struck by this staggering
Right.
strike.
I guess I'll try hero pointing it.
All right, let's see it. 19. You are still struck.
Ugh.
Okay, so this is a staggering strike, which means you take first the damage, which is 16 points. Then I'll need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You will fail
Hero
that.
point that one.
I feel like hero pointing is your reaction, right? When it's not your turn. So you would have used your hero point reaction, so you don't have another reaction.
Bummer.
Okay, so because you failed that save, you'll suffer an additional 13 points of damage. And this is the staggering part. You now have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, and you cannot take reactions. Tabard, your turn.
It's pretty staggering.
All right, Adam. Is this here 5 feet?
Yes.
All
You
right.
just swap spots.
Well, I'm going to come here, so I'm still standing. I'm going to patient defense first, though.
Tell me how you're getting there, though.
Okay, let me patient defense here. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so that would be, remember, those are all difficult terrain because you're swimming through those.
Right, but I have 45 movement, so that would put me at. That would
Right.
be
So give
40.
me an athletics check because this is deeper water, so you actually have to try to swim through it.
Okay. Public or
You can make it public.
Oh no.
You are struggling
I'm going to use
tremendously.
inspiration I don't have for that.
You are struggling tremendously. So what I'm going to say is you swim out here into the deeper water you can't touch anymore, and you are having one hell of a time moving any which way. You're doing like everything you can just to keep your head above water.
Okay,
I'm going to
so
call that your movement. You've essentially used all of your movement.
all right, fair enough. And I already patient defense there. So But you know what? I've got patient defense. Got to help my friend here. I'm going to go ahead and try to strike at this one here.
Okay, so you're having a really hard time attacking. Obviously, these would be at disadvantage. Your
So
patient
does
defense, that would balance out.
balance it out. So
20 will hit.
can you take off some more green there, Adam?
Only if you hit higher.
I got to try what I can try. All right, so my bonus action was patient defense, so that'll end my turn.
I think you have
got one
extra
more,
attack, right?
Oh, I do have 2 attacks. Sorry. Yeah. For some reason, I minused it by 1. Yeah.
18 will hit. That's a quarterstaff, though.
Oh my gosh, I did it again. Let me warhammer that thing.
All right,
Yeah,
giving him 3 back.
Should have kept the quarterstaff. Should have kept the quarterstaff.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. Now it's his turn. He is going to swim down to here, and noticing that poor Serena is looking quite staggered, he's going to take advantage of that and attack her twice. So, Serena, I will need 2 defense rolls, please.
Okay.
You managed to evade the first strike, but not the
Right.
second. I think
Wait,
you don't have reactions right now, so you can't use a hero point. Do you have something else you wanted to use?
No.
Okay, so unfortunately, no. This is going to hit you for 8 points of piercing damage. All right, so as Serena takes these 8 points of damage and drops to below 0 and is essentially now, quote unquote, drowning, a sort of cheer goes up amongst the clan's lizard folk here. As you can hear them, they've been kind of, loud so far, but they're really cheering. Thrask will look to both Celine and to Blixel, and he will say, "They now say even again, 1 and down and 1 and down." Serena, 2 GM death save, please. Okay, and we will then move to the boss. All right, boss's turn. Yeah, he does. He's not liking the spellcaster over here, and he's not liking to try to hit Tavard, so he's going to move away. Tavard, do you want to use an opportunity attack?
Sure do.
That will hit. All right, you wallop him, and then when you do, this one will use his reaction to absorb some of that. All right, so it's 5, 10, 15. He's going to get up close to you, Gordon, and he's going to unleash his series of 3 attacks against you. I'll need 3 defensive rolls.
All right, just check my. I got 2 hero points in the bank, so let's see what we can do here.
You will be hit on the first one.
Well, I'm going to use 1.
Okay, so you burn your reaction to make that a 20, which that will then miss. Hit on the second one. Hit on the third one.
Ooh, good.
So that'll be 12 and 12, 24 damage. 2 separate applications, though, for concentration purposes.
That was 12.
Oh, if it didn't roll it, the scripts might have crashed. I'll try to reset them, but you can throw a con save in place of it. Yep, that'll certainly succeed.
More,
And
buddy.
that's the second 12.
All right, and then another con save. All right, you
Nice.
are good. Okay, top of the round, Gordon.
Okay, she's coming up. 9 to Serena.
Okay,
Probably
that's
not a
your
good
bonus
move.
action.
Probably because she's going to get hit by that guy again. We'll see. All right, she's up, or at least breathing. Now, I'm going to go for the biscuit here. I'm dropping my aura right now, Adam, so I'm going to replace it with this spell.
Okay.
On the BBEG.
All right, so you drop concentration on your Aura of Vitality, and you attempt to banish him. Let's see a spell effect roll.
Hero point.
He is not banished.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't have a reaction anymore.
Well, it's
It's
your
not a reaction
turn.
on your
Yeah.
Oh, it
your
is my.
turn. A 15 against Charisma. He is banished.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Okay.
I feel like that counts as leaving the water, right?
I'm not sure anybody's going to know what just happened.
That's great.
Okay. Tavard, bring her over here. He'll be back in 1 minute.
I'm taking care of this guy.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Whatever. I'm kind
Good
of
idea.
nervous myself. All right, that was my action, and my bonus action was foolishly used, I think, to raise Serena because she might get hit her next turn and fall down again. But let's see.
Better than dying.
Hey,
Do you want to maybe
Kevin.
move? Never mind.
Nope.
All right, Adam. Since I'm over here, I can still stand on top of Serena, right? Do I need to make any athletic check or anything like that to swim?
Just to make it easy, I'm going to say you're scooting her to the side when you do that, and then no, you're good.
All right, cool. All right. So I'm going to patient defense.
Okay.
And I forgot, it doesn't matter, Adam, but I did forget to add my 3 hit points after my last attack for my standard, the time I did get hit. So just saying in case I forget next time too. So
I hope you remember.
yeah, so do I. Anyway, 2 attacks on this guy.
That will miss.
That's
Oh, wait,
at
you're
advantage.
attacking at advantage. I always forget that. Yes, that'll hit. All right, he is wounded by that. Second one hits as well. He is wounded again.
All right. So 5. And I'm gonna come over. Yeah, and I'm gonna come over here.
All right, as you leave his range, he is going to attempt to attack you.
Okay.
That
Cool.
will connect. 8 points of piercing damage.
Down to 4. Okay, got it.
All right, this guy is going to swim to here. He's not sure what happened to his boss, but he knows this guy over here chanting magic words might have had something to do with it. So he's going to wallop at him. I'll need 2 defensive rolls. Gordon.
This is for all the marbles, guys.
That will hit.
Last one.
All right, that will miss.
Ah,
That will hit.
Oh,
6 points of piercing damage against Gordon.
Don't fail the stave.
nice.
Easy.
There you go.
easy. You're right. That's easy.
This
Okay,
is the easiest
Serena.
game.
I'm not sure how to add weariness.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. We have it as your red bubble, so just put your red bubble to 1.
And what does that affect?
Everything, but you won't have to know it. It just automatically is incorporated.
Wait, I keep trying to edit that and it's not.
It won't let you click in there, hit 1, hit enter, and that won't save it for you.
Okay, there it goes. Okay. Drinking a potion. That
It's an
would
action.
be an action. So squishy. All right.
Not something you normally hear a barbarian say.
Well, is my ring still engaged?
Yep, when you spend a hero point, you get that for 1 minute.
I'll just go ahead and use that as a bonus action.
Okay.
Man, what a waste of a turn. So 8.
Yep, you'll get 8 back.
And I don't want to just hang you guys out to dry, but I'm not going to be much good unconscious, so I will go ahead and drink a potion as well.
You're up.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
you're
I
doing
gave you
fine.
healing.
She knows. She just doesn't want to drop again on the next turn.
Oh yeah, copy that.
So that's another 2d4, right?
If it's just a standard potion of healing, yep, 2d4 plus 2, so you get 5 more.
Yay! Okay.
All right, so that was action, bonus action. Anything else?
To swim. Does swim require, since I missed the beginning, requires like a check?
It does. Yep, it doesn't require an action, but if you fail to check badly, you won't be able to make much progress.
She's currently in shallows, though, isn't she?
She is, yep.
And you have to stand up with just half your movement.
Yes, yep, because you were knocked unconscious, right.
Well, and like, but through here, I would be swimming, right?
If you stay next to the rock wall, you can be walking. If you're not next to the rock wall, you're swimming.
Yeah, so I'd like to get to here.
All right, go ahead and throw me a athletics check, please. Yep,
Oh,
you can
shoot.
set yourself back to Polly, but no worries. That's clearly a success. So yeah, you get to there, no problem. Okay, top of the next round, Gordon.
Bonus action. Excuse me. Do here. And I want to hit with it.
Okay.
Select my token.
That will miss.
Of course it did. Now, I'm in a quandary. No, I'm not in a quandary. Toll the dead.
Yes, he will be affected by that.
Oh my gosh, you guys! I had him.
He is wounded a bit.
If we die, we'll blame you. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's clearly Gordon that's had bad dice rolls
Right.
all night.
The F and G, you know.
I'll say, Tavard, you better save my ass. I'm going down next round.
Okay, Tavern, your turn.
All right.
So again, that's going to require some swimming. So I'm going to need a roll.
I thought that was all.
Can he attack in my space and just not end his turn there?
He could.
Oh, is that what they're?
Yeah, so if you're not next to the rock wall, so I would say this space you would have to swim, because remember, even at 5 feet, it's over your head. So you'd be swimming here. Here you would be fine because you're right up next to that.
Well,
And
what
here
about
you'd be fine.
1, 2, 3, 4?
Just move one at a time for me. I'm not sure I'm following your pings. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna chance it. I am not using my patient defense right now.
What?
Yeah. So I'm hoping I can knock him down with my Grampy's Warhammer.
Let's see it.
And-
Whoa, that'll definitely do it. Let's see it.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So let's go ahead and see what happens here.
Twice as much damage as normal and push the creature up to 15 in any direction. So 10
Well, Adam,
points.
I'm moving him over here.
You want to knock him up onto the land?
Well, he takes damage first. I bet he dies.
Yeah,
Oh, he
he
does.
does not die.
Well, I get to roll twice as many on the. Oh, so that's
Yep, so I took 7 and 3
Yeah.
because that's twice.
yeah. But if he goes on out of the water, he automatically loses. So I'm going to push him over there.
All right, you push him back 15 feet. You notice as he moves the back this way and kind of stumbling and so forth, you see he looks back towards you and he says something in this language that you don't really understand, but you see he drops his Morning Star.
Yeah, what he really said was, "Man, dwarves are cool."
It might have been something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. All right, so I'm going to say, so where'd the other guy go?
All right, he's gonna come back just to the square to my right. He's gonna come back right here in about 8 turns. I put him someplace safe.
All right. So Adam, since we're kind of, I'm going to end my turn just because we're in turn order, but obviously we're just going to set up and wait.
No, I gotta stay in turnover. I'm gonna be doing
Yeah,
stuff.
stay in turn
So,
order.
so what to try to speed this up
No.
a bit, I'm going to
Yeah.
take this guy out of initiative, and what I will say is you basically have 8 turns to do what you like. So, Serena, do you know what you'd like to do for your 8 turns?
I'm definitely gonna throw this guy out of the water just on the off chance he gets better.
Okay, that would take you a turn.
And I'm going to be healing myself for a bonus action every turn.
Okay, so you have 8 turns of that, so you can throw those dice. So what would that be? 16d4 plus 32? Am I doing the math right?
I think so.
Plus 16, I think, because you get plus 2 every round.
Right. Yeah, so if it's 8, then it would be, right, you're right. So plus 16, so it would be 16d4 plus 16. I had to type it out and look at it to actually map that out. Okay, so while Serena's, okay, yeah, and then feel free to add 16 to that. And so it looks like you're getting back 58. What are you doing for your 8 turns, Gordon?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna make it clear. This is where he's gonna show up. All right. So everyone can see that. All right. And then I'm gonna move. I want to be here. I'm gonna move there. That'll be my movement. And then what I want to do, and this is kind of important to me because I'm hurting a little bit. I'm going to cure wounds on myself. For 13. And then the next turn, use my channel divinity to get back level spell slot here.
Harness Divine Power?
Yes. And
Okay.
that's I get so I'm gonna get rounded up, so I get a level 2. I'll take that. My spiritual weapon's gone. Yep. All right. And then I will hang there with my healing. I'm still concentrating. We're in position. Yeah. Okay. You guys ready?
I would hold an action to rage when I
Fortunately, you cannot ready a bonus action.
dang it.
Actually, let me also take a potion of healing at him too. So I'll take it off my sheet. I'm gonna drink the one that Serena gave me back.
Okay. Tattered, anything special you're doing for your 8 turns?
So, is this here a spot or not?
Yeah, you can stand there.
All right.
I'd like to hold an action to attack when I see the guy.
Okay, you could do that.
Yeah, and I'm going to do the same thing, Adam.
Okay.
Hopefully
And
good.
then right before I drop it, I'm gonna pop a Hand of Destiny real quick.
I'm also gonna announce, clearly there are no more lizards in the water. We have won.
Worth a shot.
Maybe we're not in turn order, Adam. What's your ruling on that?
I feel like we're still in turn order.
Yeah, we're still
Yeah,
in turn
I
order.
guess. Yeah. All right. So there we go. I'm gonna pop them then. Guys, ready?
So I'm assuming because we said 8 turns, you naturally let this run its course.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, and that'll do my last before it goes away. So the end of our next turn, they get advantage on their next saving throw.
Okay, so I think the fairest way of doing this would be to put us at the top of the round. Whoop. Okay, so at the top of the round, the spell ends. So I'm going to bring him back. That would trigger readied actions from both Tabard and Serena. 20 will hit, wounding him. 10 will miss, even with flanking. Okay, Gordon, I didn't hear you say you were readying anything. I'm assuming. Well,
No,
actually, you were concentrating on that, so you can't really ready. Not a spell, anyway. Okay, so it's your turn.
Okay, my turn. I will. I'm gonna total dead. We looking good, boys.
That will affect him.
Nice.
Good roll.
Wounding him.
Want that sweet, sweet blood.
I'm gonna move over here.
Okay,
use my-
Tabard.
Before my last, I'm using my last patient defense. That's why I was saving this one. Dang, those go guys quick.
Hey, what if you knock him out? Do I get to stab him with my dagger?
I don't think he's shown any Scion powers
No,
yet.
he hasn't. Yeah.
That will hit. That will also hit. All right, he is dropped.
All right, we're gonna pick him up, and we're gonna
Well,
throw
we're
him
still
on.
in turn order.
Oh, okay, all right,
So you just took your bonus and your actions.
all right.
Scion powers
And then, well, I can't grab him or anything, so that'll be my action. All right, I'm done.
Okay, Serena, what would you like to do?
I pick him up and fling him onto the earth.
Okay, yeah, you're able to do so. So that's your action to grapple. You move him over here. You drop him. Anything else specific?
We won!
Aha!
I assume cheers erupt from the lizards.
There's a whole lot of confusion, I would say. 'Cause past these 8 rounds, you've heard like some chatter, and you've heard Thrask in the back there, like chattering back, trying to say different things, but they were kind of getting a little bit antsy, you might say, and now they're just like almost befuddled. Anything else on your turn, Serena?
I'm going to. I mean, was that an action to fling him?
Yes, that was an action to grapple him, pick him up, and put him over there.
I mean, I'll just stand guard to make sure they don't try to cheat, I guess.
Okay. All right, and then Tabard, D20, please. All right, he is slain. Just quick FYI, he was a Scion, not a very strong one, but yeah, he was indeed a Scion. All right, guys, so you have defeated this challenge against the chieftain of this lizard folk tribe here. Now that it is clear that he has been defeated and his right hand and left hand have both been defeated, you can hear Thrask now start saying some things in much more of an animated voice, and you can hear all of the lizard folk starting to repeat this different phrase now, and you can see many of them start tapping at their bodies. So think of like a clawed hands, and they're smacking their scales, and it's making this kind of like rhythmic sound that starts to echo throughout the cave. And for what exactly all of that means, We will find out next week. Great session,
Can I-
everybody.
Adam,
go
can
ahead,
I
Kevin.
search the body first?
I mean, if you wish you could, I guess what I would say is, being that this is a ritualistic combat and that this guy technically is still
Okay.
up, you might think that's a little bit out of the
You said
norm.
this guy. Yeah. I don't want to piss people off, but yeah.
All
I was
right.
talking about this guy, but yeah.
Right. Yes. It's just his guys right next to him. So if you were like, hey, I'm gonna go start searching through pockets, it might look a little bit odd. You could if you want to, but if you choose to do that, we'll do that when we pick up next week.
No,
So
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
all right. Well, great session, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Pretty tough battle there, but you guys pulled out a lot of tricks to really give yourselves the edge. Poor dice over there, Serena, but I'm sure we will see better dice in the future. That's what the game's all about, right? Rolling them up. So have a great night, everybody. We'll see everybody next week.
Great job,
Have a
guys.
good week, folks. See ya.
Yay! Good job.